Welcome back to Mixus, everybody.
Hello. Hello.
Hello. Don't dab. That's Wes's thing. Don't do that. Okay.
I think
That's
we
fine.
all know that I started the dab.
Yes, but Wes perfected it. Wes perfected it and did it the most. Okay.
A little dab will
Chris,
do you.
Chris is the hipster of dab.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say
Anyway.
I'm the hipster of dad. I'm like,
You're the hipster dad.
I'm not that old. Shut up. Son.
Shut up.
I think legally you could have like a 12-year-old.
Yeah, totally.
Legally. Well, let's see. Anyway.
This is mine and Alyssa's 10th year. I mean,
Congratulations. Yay.
Yeah. Great. Now, okay. Damn it. Okay. Yeah. Welcome back. And
welcome back to Mixus, everyone. My name is Chris. I'm going to be stepping in for DM tonight.
No, just for the recap. So let's get into it. I have here on my right side of my screen, I mean, I don't know why I'm saying that, but we got Luke as Quinn. You got
Hello.
Shane as Ash. You got Christopher as Mykos, and we got Alyssa as the lovely Akusta. I am your DM, Levi. Now, let's start off with a little recap. Christopher, take us away.
All right. So the events of last session were pretty straightforward. When we left off on session number 4, we were about to fight a giant Snako and its human operator. This we did. We started off session 5 by fighting a giant mechanical snake. There was some trickery convincing the operator that he was going to get poisoned, but ultimately we just had to end up taking both of them down. It came at a pretty heavy cost, though. Most of the party was reduced to a single-digit health, very low spell slots, and that made things even more challenging when Ragnar, the werewolf, showed up, congratulating us for taking down this beastie. Quick Draw McGraw over there tried to start something, shooting off, and it nearly led to a certainly unwinnable fight for already very weakened party. It was the incredible persuasion roll, a natural 20 on the part of Akusta, that convinced him that actually we shouldn't be fighting because she can help out. He was amicable to the idea, seemed to be interested in having Akusta's help, and as he left, he stated that essentially he wasn't concerned with trying to escape from this very dangerous area he was in because everything would be taken care of. We didn't know what that meant. The party discovered that we had a teleporter on hand that took us to the roof of the building where we had been inside of, and from there we saw the city in flames. There were people mutated, running the streets, acting wild. There were monsters crawling about, so we very gingerly left the rooftop and strolled down an alley. And in that alley, we found 2 different types of creatures that joined us. Lafayette, again, making his 5th appearance. He seems to show up everywhere. Was there without his buddy, but he actually decided to join us, which led to Quinn using him like a at and basically piloting him around for the rest of the session. We also saw the body of the
Recruiter.
The recruiter, thank you, who is now some sort of black goo monster who his top hat was gone. He didn't seem to be wearing his costume, but this creature we also saw in the alley. When we left the alley, we found our friends, allies, what have you. Most of them were downed, fighting a gigantic cleric beast. Last man standing, Jacob was giving it his all, and we did some hero stuff. Head down, heels up, charged in, and we fought this gigantic cleric beast. And when another one decided to join the party, well, we fought him too. Akusta used a really clutch Aura of Vitality to get all of our downed allies back on their feet, and Jacob was able to slay the first one, and I believe the second one was taken out by Akusta? I could be wrong.
It was Akusta or Ash.
It was Akusta
I
or
can't
Ash,
remember.
I think. Ash was the one who finished the snake. That's one thing I remember.
That's right. Yeah.
Anyway, after fighting the 2 cleric beasts, we went to a well-deserved nap. Thus concludes session 5.
Also, I have one quick question. Part of the recap. What does everyone sleep in?
Oh, like sleeping attire?
Pajamas, like jammy-wise?
Yeah.
I like to think that Ash is full up still, like in his rogue outfit, like he hasn't taken it off the
That's
whole entire
you know
time.
what? That's exactly what I was thinking. I was like, Ash. The only thing Ash might do is he'll take his thing
Cloak?
Well, no, his his thing of like pouches and like his satchel off, and he'll
Like
like his bandolier.
Yeah, and he'll use them-
Bandolier, that's the word.
he'll use them as a pillow,
Yeah.
and then he'll take his cloak and use that as a blanket. And like he doesn't even take his boots off. Like,
Your armor smells like shit.
why are you close enough to me to smell it?
I like the way you smell.
Akusta sleeps in men's yellow plaid pajamas.
Yes. Just a giant banana.
Let's see. I think Maiko's, he probably, pants on, belt on, buttoned up, zipped up. Like, he is absolute but shirtless. And then he just takes his lab coat and puts it on backwards so that it's on his front. And that's basically a Snuggie.
Yeah. That's
Very
perfect.
fair.
Oh,
And
that's
Akusta,
amazing.
I love what you picked for color because I already had this picked out in the shower 15 minutes before we hopped on. Quinn definitely sleeps in a like onesie pajama, but like the short version, right? So like they're like the shorts come up like mid thigh, and there's buttons on the back. Always one button is undone, so one cheek is always just flirting with everybody. On the butt of these jammies, which are also neon yellow, these jammies say "Jamaican me crazy," and there's a little mech walking around on the back, or like supposed to be walking around, and obviously it's also cut into a deep V. So like the top 2 buttons are always done. There's like 5 buttons on the front.
You bought this
Top
off
2
Wish, didn't
never
you?
done.
Okay,
100%, and it's like half a size too small, so it's just a little bit snug.
So Quinn is wearing women's pajamas and Akusta is wearing men's pajamas. Great,
110%.
cool,
110%.
100%.
Lightly,
100.
little bit cheeky. I mean, they're just, yeah.
That's great. Okay. So you guys are now well rested. You guys had a crazy day. Think about it. The last 2 sessions were just one day. Session 4 and session 5 were the same day. I need everybody to roll me really quick a perception check in the middle of the night.
Okay. Not very good at those, but possibility here.
Hey, you can't be that bad.
awesome. Reroll got frozen up. Let me try
15
that.
plus 2, 17.
I got
by the
a
way.
17.
7.
Okay. A 7.
I got a 19 minus 1.
Oh my
Okay.
Oh my god.
Those
Chris
dice
rolled
are-
higher than a 16.
I'm trying.
Wow.
I'm trying.
Also, everyone at home, Christopher got brand new dice.
Nice.
So I am sending you all
okay, so
over text.
that's a 18. 16.
Okay.
My bad.
I'm sending you all over text or over WhatsApp a message. And depending on what that message is, act accordingly.
And don't share Chris and
Oh, baby.
Alyssa.
Okay. You can't tell me what's on your note, though. Great.
Yep. So yeah, now you guys are rejuvenated, you're rested, you're awake.
Akusta wakes up sick. She's
Oh, no.
coughing and she's got like veins showing up from her jaw.
Quinn is wearing a K95 mask and is inside of Maikos' Snuggie.
Oh, that's not a 2-person snuggie.
Any person is a 2-person Snuggie if you try hard enough.
What is going on? Akusta, are you okay? And What's going on?
Akusta coughs and signs, "I'm fine." She signs, "It's no big deal."
Okay. Are you sure? Because, like, we can go find you a doctor.
Mykos leaves. Just leaves. Straight up goes. And he's washing his hands. And he's going to go downstairs and see if he could get some, like, orange juice.
And some bleach.
Some bleach. Some orange juice.
Hopefully not in the same freaking bottle.
Maybe a little
Yes. Yeah, maybe a little bit.
bit. A little bit.
A nice little cocktail.
Quinn is quite disgruntled because he hadn't exited the Snuggie before Myko stood up, so it's quite the tumble off the bed. But Quinn uses the facilities to get prepared for the day. He has his 10 minutes of meditation, and then gets dressed and continues downstairs and looks at Akusta and is just kind of like, need anything? Let me know. And scurries along.
Yeah, Ash just kind of like stands up and puts his cloak back on and gets his bandolier and his satchel, just kind of does a quick check to make sure everything is there, and then kind of starts to head down and goes, "Hey, Akusta, do you want me to bring you anything up from the restaurant or the bar or anything?"
She says, "I'm just feeling drained. Like, yesterday was a lot, and I just don't feel very good this morning."
Okay. All right. Well, take it easy, and yeah, like
She says, "I hope so."
yeah.
Could I do like a medicine or a nature check at all to see if I've seen anything like this? Because Quinn likes to play with dead things.
Yeah, sure. Just he likes to play with dead things.
Wow, gross, Levi.
She's
I'm
not
talking about
dead.
poking with his stick.
23.
She might look dead though. 23.
That's a good roll. It is related to all of the magic that she's been doing over the last day.
Okay, so she's literally what she said. She's drained pretty much.
All right.
Okay.
Well, then I guess Ash is gonna go down to the bar and talk to the owner and see what's going on, like what's happened while they were asleep. If the city's still on
Akusta
fire.
follows, still pretending like nothing's wrong.
Mykos is avoiding Akusta like the plague.
He's full hazmat suit.
Levi, I in the morning, I do my mage armor summons and use one of my spell slots. So that way I have my mage armor active for 8 hours.
Nice.
Okay, that gives you a higher AC, correct?
Yes, it's just so my AC stays current. I'm just making a note that I did use the spell slot, so I have 3 first levels left.
What's your AC without mage armor?
Without mage armor, it's 17.
Mage armor brings it up to 19.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So yeah,
Something like that.
Yeah. So you guys all head downstairs. Excuse me. Sadie is already down there. It's kind of, I mean, a bar is not open until 2 o'clock or something like that, 2 in the afternoon. So it's closed and all that. She's standing there. She's cleaning tables, cleaning dishes. Evie's in the back, kind of taking note of stock, of inventory. Garrett is getting prepared for like food and stuff because he's clearly you didn't know that he's the chef of the place.
I was gonna ask, like, does he live here now too? But I guess he.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. So you guys actually never really thought about it, but yeah, you never seen these guys really leave this place except for last night when they fought and all that. And you can assume that each other room upstairs or next to yours guys or whatever are their own separate rooms. So they all stay there with you. And you can see Jacob kind of just like moseying about, not really doing anything much. He's still very drained from last night. They're all haggard still. They're not like in tip-top shape. So yeah, you see all these guys kind of like preparing for the day, like everything is normal. They're actually like they're expecting more business than usual.
Really quick, Levi, could you give me, like, I got Jacob down. Could you give me the other two names real quick and what they do so I can write them down?
Yeah, so there's Evie, who is I didn't say this before, but she and Jacob are twins.
Evie's a
so
rogue, memory serves.
Yes, she is a rogue. Jacob is a fighter. Garrett is a giant orc wizard. And you see in his hands, like, the cooking utensils are so small, but like you can actually see that like Evie has made him like specially made like utensils to actually fit in his hand properly.
So so Garrett's the cook, or Jacob was okay.
Yeah.
Garrett's the cook, and
Garrett's the cook. Evie is not too sure. She's just like kind of checking inventory.
Okay.
Like making sure that they have everything done. You see Jacob, you're not sure what exactly he does. He's just kind of like moseying about at that moment, kind of just like watching what other people are doing. And Sadie's cleaning the dishes and all that sort of stuff. You see actually next to Sadie, there is a little severed alive hand crawling around, helping her.
Super cool.
Oh, this guy, yeah, this is Lefty right here. And it's a right-handed hand. Yeah, it's like it's like kind of like a zombified hand kind of. He's just my helper. He helps wait tables and stuff like that.
Quinn is immediately just fascinated with Lefty, just like, that is the coolest thing I've ever seen.
Like Lefty like pops up and looks at Quinn and just like waves a little bit.
Quinn like goes to high five, like, I don't know how this works.
Lefty like hops up and gives you the high five and lands back down and like gives you a thumbs up and then goes back to like cleaning the counter.
I will never wash this hand again.
Oh my god, I wash my hands again.
Just by watching. Yeah, so Mycos goes back upstairs, washes his hands, and comes back down.
Sounds accurate for Mycos 100. I would believe this.
Yeah, exactly. It's like your hands, like you also have lotion too because you have to like dry, like have to keep your hands from being dried out from washing your hands so much. You have all those dispensers. Yeah, so you see these guys like getting prepared for the day, like more so than usual.
So, Sadie, what's the hubbub?
What do you mean, the hubbub? Like, and as she's like just like cleaning dish like glasses and stuff.
Are we about to get like a visit from the health inspector or something? Because I'll tell you right now, the hand crawling around would raise some flags for me.
Party pooper.
Yeah, luckily, you are not the health inspector. No. So, it's a Harmony thing. Whenever something big happens, like it did last night, like whether it's a attack or just whatever, Harmony loves to party. The city goes all out. They don't mourn the loss or anything. Basically, like, this is me, the DM, it like goes up in like Mardi Gras, like goes full on New Orleans, just like, you know, they're like YOLO. So like being a bar in the city of Harmony after attack is good business.
Hail the victorious dead.
And,
yeah, exactly.
And we talked to Sadie about what we did in the lab, right?
Not yet.
I don't think we've had that conversation.
Yeah.
Are we going to do that? Because, I mean, they were mourning the death of Jack a couple days ago.
Who's Jack?
Jack, you know, target practice for this guy over here. First thing he did.
That guy.
Yeah, and we did just another researcher. So
I mean, we were kind of awesome.
Our awesomeness is not in question, but what's the consequence to that? You know?
So, Micos, can you roll me like an insight check?
Insight. I'd love to.
Yeah.
For our exhibition of greatness.
Basically, I want to see what you can detect from this, and then I'll have Sadie kind of lay it out as well.
I'm not amazing at reading people. I have a -1 to insight, but I did roll a 17, so that's a 16 total.
Nice. So you can like gather from this information. Yeah, no, those are good dice, dude.
Finally.
Throw those other dice. Throw those other dice away. Like just flush them.
I'm not kidding. Like the earth will quake if I can roll dice well. Like you don't
Yeah.
realize fate's been holding me back.
I know, right?
Also, a quick OCC moment. Last week, 2 weeks ago, however long ago, last week, we all hung out and we each rolled Christopher's dice several times. And I think we rolled above a 12, maybe twice, out of the 30-plus rolls. And I could no longer count how many nat 1s and 2s on a single hand.
Wow.
Yeah. Yep. Even Cheyenne, like she was rolling. Even I was rolling. Like it was like.
I think
What
the
the hell?
first
Then
time
we-
you guys tried, you rolled the dice 5 times and you did get 3 ones.
Yes.
Yeah, and then we rolled Alyssa's, and I got instantly a nat 20. And then
I got
18.
the sexy
Wow.
dice.
The sexy dice. They're
I've been
spicy.
actually
So my
I've been actually
apologies.
perusing.
That's why Chris is now rolling
trying
better.
to find, because like I'm
Yeah.
still using the original dice that Jordan bought me. Like, yeah.
Oh, wow.
I need to. I want to get another set, but I want them made out of onyx.
Yeah. Yeah, so Christopher Micos. So you can like kind of guess from, or not even guess, but why people were so up in arms about Jack is that they spun it in a way that he was a young security boy, like a young security guard. He was like barely 18. He was probably maybe Jacob's age. And he was working night shift, basically supporting his single mother, and got oofed. Whereas this other guy was in a secret underground lab, and he got oofed then. So you can
because
kind
this
of
guy has higher security access, he's just gonna kind of get like under
swept underneath the rug. Yeah,
Whoa!
that from what Micos can deduce. Yeah,
Ooh, I just deduced all over this.
yeah, you deduced all over the place. Like the hand has
harder they
to.
shit, the harder they fart.
Oh, God. Lefty is now like cleaning up around Micos, like spraying like like
Oh, I
disinfectant
offer to get my
around
hand
my-
spritz too. Like, please.
Oh, Lefty is squirting you down like so. Yeah, that's the thing about Lefty. He is sanitation.
You know what, Lefty? You're all right.
Fist bump.
Okay.
He offers you a fist bump.
I give him one.
Lefty, don't let him manipulate you. He had his first impressions. Remember who
Lefty-
your true
Has
friend
has
is.
Maiko shared this with the rest of the party? Like what he kind of picked up?
I kind of figure I probably would, cause like,
You're kind of like thinking it out and like talking as you're
right,
figuring it
it's like,
out.
hey,
Yeah.
as bleak as it sounds, we might get off on this okay. you
It
know?
feels like this is
Yeah,
very politic. The way that this is
Mhm.
going, it feels like we may want to, at least me myself, want to recalibrate how we're thinking about this engagement. This isn't so much about a knockdown, drag out fight. This is more about who seems in the public opinion to be doing the right thing. So it may be something we want to keep in mind as we go. Just a thought.
So acoustic science, we should probably stay out of public opinion.
Agreed. That's the best way to do it. That's why no one's going to care about that doctor that we took out down there. Because we stayed out of the public eye. Roguish. That would be the best way forward, I believe. As
you say that, roguish, I like to think that Ash and Evie both look at each other and like flip up their cloaks, like roguish.
Yes.
What is up with your guys' camera? This is bothering me.
I don't know.
So much.
There it is.
Okay. Don't put your hand near the camera anymore. You're killing me. Don't show anyone your dice. Don't do that shit.
I'm not.
Yeah, no. Last time you guys were
Smalls.
just moved a little bit and it went out of focus. So like, anyway,
That's $130.
Okay, we're good.
this is a $40 camera. So
Mine's a laptop camera.
All right.
We all know. Trust me.
yeah, we all know. We are well aware. Where were we? Yeah, this is a laid back session, by the way, guys. This is like, yeah,
All right, I cast fireball in the middle of the bar.
No.
I'm just kidding.
rolling in intelligence check.
Not Quinn's strong suit. Mm-mm. No, I don't think I will.
Okay, good, because no matter how low you roll, you are smart enough to know not to do that here.
I know. I have a +5 to intelligence. I know.
Hey, I got a quick question.
Yeah.
Today, am I going to have much lab time? Because, like, I have a
Yes.
lot of projects I kind of want to work on.
Yeah,
I
so that's
also would
that,
like to refill my spell slot ring.
Yeah, so that is kind of going to be what this session is. It's going to be more low key, like if there's anything you guys want to take care of, whether it's Michael's wanting to work on his projects or any sort of thing like that. So that's basically like the other guys are going to be busy with like the bar and stuff like that and getting prepped and ready. That you can get that information that people are going to be distracted by, like, you know, hanging out and, you know, having the time of their life and not worrying about this stuff. And yeah, at that moment, as you guys are kind of discussing this, the paper boy walks up, well, like, kind of
Tommy the Tiger.
knocks on the door, knocks on the door and opens, because him and Sadie have a thing. He's more than welcome to come in because he's like a younger kid. And he's like, "How's it going, folks? Here's today's paper." And he hands it to you, Ash.
Thank you. And so Ash hands him a copper.
It's like, "Oh, thank you very much, sir. Thank you so much. I'm going to be able to get my whole meal for today with this."
Good. Try not to spend it all in one place.
I look over at Ash like, just a copper? I mean, the guy's trying to survive. Just a copper.
Michaels, you can give him more if you want.
Quinn holds out 5 silver pieces.
The kid is just like, "Thank you so much, sir. Oh my goodness. Thank you." Quinn, roll a perception check.
Okie dokie. Hey, 16 plus 2, 18.
This kid totally tried to pickpocket you.
Little bastard.
But
I would deck
like-
him so hard.
like he went to reach for your pocket, but clearly, and yeah, you guys, yeah. So you and like Evie from across the room, like she's in the kitchen. She shouts, "Damn it, Derek, no!"
I imagine that when he goes to pickpocket me, I really want to flex this new spell, and I'm not going to be able to do it. I don't think in this session, because we're not going to fight a lot. Is as soon as he goes to pickpocket me, a black scythe comes out of nowhere, and I stab it into the ground, and it just oozes into my hand. And like, pickpockets are not welcome here, Derek.
He's like, "Oh shit!" And he's like, my bad." He's like probably like 10 or 11. He's like, "My bad. Guys gotta survive, all right." It's guys gotta survive. I'm just gonna back out. You can have the rest of my papers.
No, I don't want your papers. That's how you survive, stupid.
Thank God. Then he just kind of like backs out slowly, and then Evie walks. You see Evie kind of walks up to him and hands him a breakfast burrito, and it's just like, stay out of trouble, all right?
Try it sideways.
Evie flips you off and walks away. Like she doesn't even know about that. Yeah. So the paper, if Ash chooses to read it.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to be looking at it while this is all going on.
One of the headlines is that Crisp Mooneybags has seemed to have disappeared after last night's raid or invasion or whatever
Guys,
you want to
check
call
this out. And I basically show him the article.
Who's that? Command him to do?
Acosta signs leave.
Like, how much did he leave?
I like it.
How hard did the man leave?
It cuts to him like in the Himalayas, like on top of a
Ash
mountain.
is now sitting there going,
Gotta leave.
where does Crisp Moneybags live, and is his place unguarded? If he's gone, then that's the richest guy's house ripe for the pickings.
So Ash, I want you to roll an insight for yourself.
I would
'Cause
100% do that.
And I'm gonna give you advantage. Actually, yeah, give him. Yeah, so there you go. I was gonna give him advantage because you're kind of used to robbing, rich guys'
Using your
places.
marks.
Yeah, exactly.
What did you say? It was a insight? Okay.
Insight, yeah.
That is a dirty 20.
Nice. Okay, you would know for a fact that Chris Mooneybags, like, he is the head of this, like, one of the biggest companies in the world. Let's say he is the head of the biggest company in the world. That he would not have his place, just lying around right for the picking. That he would have all sorts of security, whether it was people or, sentinels, like just all sorts lying around.
We're in good with the mayor, though, right? Like, what if we were going and we were really worried about Mooneybags and we were looking for clues to his disappearance, and so we needed access to his house?
Acosta snickers.
Yeah, that's gonna be a pretty rough sell there, Ash. Like, oh yeah, we just want to check on him.
Yeah, just these guys that you see, like, you just met the mayor like yesterday.
We saved her life.
Mm-hmm.
We've been acting in perfect service to this city as far as she knows. All we'd have to go in there is tell her exactly how worried we are. We got to do a tour of his facility. Now he's gone. We'd really, really like to do a check and see if maybe he's fell and slipped and hit his head in the shower. Who knows? Maybe he's injured and needs help in his house.
Quinn does like the biggest Puss in Boots eyes as he possibly can.
So, like, from the kitchen, you see big lumbering Garrett like poke his head in like through the doorway. He's like, I'm not gonna make the same mistake as last time. You guys should do like some more recon before you would do that.
Oh, thanks. Are you the one who said not to do recon? Are you the one? Like, Quinn goes from completely calm to coming back there. Are you kidding? Like, zero fear of this giant orc. Just like, are you kidding me right now?
I think Mykos actually has the opposite reaction. I'm going to walk up and I'm just like, punch him in the chest a little bit. Like, it's what we call
Yeah, watch this knot grow on your leg. And Quinn kicks Mykos.
Why?
You're letting him
No.
easy.
He's got a...
That's no way to treat your Snuggie master.
Like, Ash is sitting there and he's like, no, Garrett's got a good point. We should do a little bit more recon and see what's going on, but this might be a pretty easy mark, especially for the inside knowledge that we have. we could become very rich and possibly get some very potent, powerful tools and weapons and armor. This guy seemed like somebody who's got a bunch of tech, probably laying around. He's probably got some kind of a lab at his house. This is...
So back burner.
Yes, we should definitely
correct?
keep this in mind.
Fair, fair. Also, Mykos, you're asleep in the Snuggie. I am the master.
I ignore Quinn. Does the article say anything about any suspects or anything like that? Or is it just like, hey, he's missing? What do you know?
Yeah, it's like it's one of those like nobody knows really what happened when he went missing. Like the only suspect thing is that he disappeared during the attack last night. Otherwise, it'd be like, oh, he's just a rich dude. He probably went on some vacay or whatever, you know.
Probably, maybe speculating a connection between the attack and his disappearance.
Yeah.
I imagine.
Yeah, it's like one of those like, what do you think's going on? Anyway,
I wouldn't say that's necessarily a stretch.
Yeah.
Very interesting. So yeah, Garrett is kind of just standing there. Is like, yeah, you guys can probably go about that maybe later at some point, but right now, probably should just lay low or something like after what happened last night.
That's probably a good idea.
Quick question, I guess, Levi. You know my ring of spell storing?
Yes.
I have tinkering tools, and
Okay.
I am proficient with tinker tools. I guess I'm thinking of something else. Is there any way I could maybe convince Mykos, or if Mykos could do this, to turn this into a toad?
You would have to run that by Mykos.
Mykos?
As long as I don't have to touch your feet.
No, you don't have to touch anything. I'll give you measurements and everything. You just have to make this ring that's on my finger into a toe ring.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. I think in our room, there's like the top of a dresser or something that Mykos has basically set up shop on, and there's like beakers and there's like Bunsen burners and different vials and all that
like
stuff.
you guys go to sleep to the sound of like bubbling, like
It's like the best white noise machine in the world.
It's honestly kind of beautiful because you like the light of the burners catch a lot of the chemicals in there. They cast shades of color, and
It's like the aurora borealis on the ceiling all the time.
100%.
Akusta asks Quinn, how does your ring work?
So OCC, I basically cast spells into the ring using my spell slots, and I can store up to 5 levels worth of spells.
What does OCC mean?
And outside
Oh.
character. So basically, and actually it's not even me. It says any creature can cast a spell of 1st through 5th level into the ring by touching the ring as the spell is cast. The spell has no effect other than to be stored in the ring.
Is like, hey, can I see that for a half a second? I want to put a spell into it.
My precious.
Okay. I was gonna give you a magic missile.
Ooh, that would be kind of cool, actually. But I don't think that works. Maybe, let me check. Sorry. Spellbook. Magic missile.
Do I get lap time now? Can I be working on something?
Yeah, so that's what I was gonna say. Is you guys can now be just like start working on,
So one other
and
thing,
stuff.
Ash was gonna go to Mykos and go, okay,
And yes, totally, you can do that.
all right.
Shane, if you
So
want
all
to.
right, before I do that, I'm gonna walk up to Mykos and be like, pull out the blaster that I got from the last time, and be like, do you think you can do anything with this, like to make it like more potent or have like a magical effect or anything?
Mykos is smelling and tasting it.
Yeah.
Mykos, what does it taste like? I'm curious. I taste random things. I'm sorry, it's weird, but I'm curious.
It tastes exactly like Ash's palm.
Oh, I've had that before.
What?
Not interested.
Yeah. And then back to Ash. and spritz some like sanitizer in my mouth.
Some Banaka.
This blaster, I
Okay.
don't know yet. I need to work on it. Actually, there's a project I'm working on right now. I want to learn more about temptation, and I think I have the the extreme temptation in the glass in the can still.
So yes, you do, and so you have that on you.
I think so, don't I?
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't see any reason I would put it down.
You definitely do, and I have a glass of the regular temptation or a vial
I
still
never
left.
used mine either, so I think I still have it.
Yeah, if you want to use it, like, because I don't have the extreme one, but I have the regular one. So if you want to take a look at that, Quinn would happily offer like.
I actually just take my own regular, and you see like Mykos is working on his little dresser top laboratory.
Before you do that, Acoustic, can you roll me a wisdom saving throw?
Ooh.
You have advantage on those.
Oh, I sure do. I need it. 17 plus something.
Probably plus a lot.
Wisdom saving throw plus 7, so that's a 24.
Oh my god!
Jesus. Yeah, so you at first you see Mygos pull out the temptation, and you're immediately like, "Oh, that's it. I want that. I want that so bad," because you have had that every single day for the last couple days, and so you've been kind of getting a little addicted to it.
She's jonesing.
And so you're just like, what if I just took it from him? Like I could do it. Like, I'm a powerful, spellcaster. And then that thought quickly goes away. You're like, you know what I'm talking about. And so you pass.
All right.
Yes,
That
it is.
terrifying and awesome at the same time.
So, also, I cast magic missile into your ring.
Perfect. Levi, I'm writing that down because I can only have 5 levels worth of spells.
And
into
that's
it.
And
First
magic
level.
missiles of
That's
first
all
level.
I have.
first level. Okay,
Yep. I got a sticky note. I appreciate it. That's awesome.
cool. Yeah.
I'm real quick gonna tell you what I put into it as well.
Yeah, that would be appreciated.
Magic missile. So that's the first level. So I have 4 spell slots worth of stuff left. I am going to put in a 3rd level fireball into it.
Oh, okay.
So I got 1 spell slot left, and I'm gonna put a 1st level Tensor's floating disc.
Okay, sounds good. Akusa, you had something?
Yeah, I'll wait until Shane gets back.
Okay.
I could do something while Shane's gone.
I was just gonna say, as after Mykos makes it into a toe ring, I would put my boot on, so the toe ring is in my boot. I don't want to be walking around with a spell ring on my finger. I would like it hidden in my footsies.
That is a good choice.
You're so smart.
Thank you.
So
Quinn,
Mykos-
Quinn is quite puffed up, just like, I made a smart choice.
Mykos goes to his dresser top laboratory, and he pours the vial of temptation into a Bunsen burner, and he's like boiling it up and trying to distill away the different things, and he isolates the exact chemical that lets someone refill a spell slot, and he distills that into 4 separate little beakers, and then it takes a little bit of time, but he eventually gets some black pigment and he mixes it into those little beakers, and he's able to hold that up and look inside and see that he has created ink that captures a spell slot, and he uses his tinkering to get this shard of glass. It almost looks like a splinter about this long with a large hollow bauble, and he grabs one of the beakers, moves it close, and he dips the bauble in there, and you see it just suck up and hold all that ink inside. He's like, okay, who's interested in a little magic?
Quinn, I love this 100%. I would imagine Quinn is like fascinated by Mykos doing stuff because Quinn loves technology and Quinn loves magic anything because that's what his obsession has been. So even though he doesn't agree with the science aspect, he just is like hyper focused on everything that Mykos is doing and is just like watching everything. And as soon as he needs a volunteer, Quinn is just like,
all right. I motion Quinn over. So, where would you like it?
tramp stamp.
Tramp stamp. Are you still wearing your PJs? Because that's easy access right there.
Yes, I am. He unbuttons both and just lifts up a little bit.
And I take this needle, like, this is going to sting a little bit, you know.
I
Why
like
does
the
that
pain.
not surprise me?
You said the worst thing. You said the worst possible thing. All right. And I just touch the needle down and just puncture his skin. And you see inside the little hollow glass bauble, like, blah, 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 blah. And all the ink surges down through the glass splinter onto Quinn's lower back.
It turns into a
upper butt.
heart with a barbed wire scroll work.
And you know what it says underneath? Heart with a barbed wire scrollwork. You know what it says?
What?
ESD. Provided by Mykos.
SD provided. Oh, you're going to have to tell me what those letters stand for.
I'm going to text you. I don't want it to ruin the surprise.
Good. I actually had an idea for what it would look like, but if you like the
I'm
barbed
sorry.
wire heart,
You could do whatever you want. I just want ESD on it and provided by Mykos written. You can do whatever you like.
what it looks like is it looks like more or less like a very simplified version of your own face, but on either side there's there's a pair of shoes with the toes pointed out and some wings off the heels.
Classy. I like it.
Yep.
Here you go, Chris.
I
Don't show
won't look.
Alyssa.
I won't look.
I when I established that too, it does say ESD, and it's like I just have to assume that that's your own latent power reacting with the ink.
It's what I feel every single day that I want to say to somebody.
Got it.
Do I get to pick the first level spell
Yeah.
slot,
I
or do
think
you
I
pick it?
figured out.
I think I got it too.
I know what it is already. That is
Okay.
You get one use of it
Okay.
per day before you have to take a long rest.
Okay.
But it's the spell Long Strider.
That helps me so much
Nice.
because I have short little legs.
Yep.
I
No
do.
concentration.
My movement speed is so low. I love this.
It's
Lasts
like
an
20
hour.
or 25.
Ash just kind of
Yeah.
looks at him and is like, "You got anything else like that?"
I can make 2 more today. Which, Ash, I think I got your number. And you see me pull out another beaker and I mix it with the other like splinter until the ink fills the bauble.
And
Maybe
so
you want to-
Ash kind of like takes his shirt off and he's like, "Right here, right shoulder."
Oh, not
Nah.
tramp stamp. Come on. We
Perfect.
can get matching. We can get matching ones.
By the way, Quinn, just so you know, you do have to touch it to activate it. So
That's okay. You don't know how flexible I am.
you were gonna swat yourself to hustle.
I'm well aware.
Mykos.
Oh my God.
As you're
I can just
having this
imagine
conversation,
Quinn just being like, like
yes, Mykos, you clearly have had mornings where you've seen Quinn do his yoga in the morning, like his stretches. You know how flexible Quinn is.
He is freakishly limber. You don't understand.
Yes.
I've seen him lick the back of his own knee.
Yeah, that's
He's
where
just
I
little-
keep my Captain Crunch.
Oh. You just, and then now you're just gonna see a little gnome Sonic the Hedgehog just start.
Gotta go fast.
Gotta go fast. Whoa.
Can I say that when I touch it in Longstreeters cast, I get a pair of like red Reeboks or something, like
Yeah, of
red
course.
shoes pop up on my feet.
Of course. 100%. Of course.
So I press
And big white gloves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a mohawk.
Yeah. Just a blue mohawk, yes. 100%.
So every time you spank yourself, you become like a little blue furry for a couple minutes.
So hot.
So not that
Sonic
much different
Sona.
from real life.
Yeah. Yeah, no.
Don't judge.
We're talking about Luke right now, okay, not Quinn.
So I stab Ash, and on your shoulder, an emblem appears. It looks like sort of like a spiral pattern outward. It looks like a flame, and then like some acid and ice and lightning just kind of like spiraled on your shoulder. And it's only about the size of like your hand, but that it's right there. And like good.
What's that?
Okay. How about you add a little extra punch to the next time you take a shot? And what I gave you was one charge, and you could concentrate. It's a concentration spell. You're the only one I gave
Okay.
concentration to. It's a concentration spell that will give you arcane shot or arcane
All
weapon.
right.
So you add a
Dope.
d6 elemental damage to your weapon attacks.
All right.
That's freaking dope.
It's the same one I use on my crossbow all the time.
Also, I think Ash is the only one who doesn't have ADHD in this entire party. No offense,
Um,
Akusta.
So it's I add 1d6
Couscous.
to damage.
So here's how it is. You touch it, activate it, and it applies to one
Okay.
weapon. And then yes, when from the next hour, as long as you maintain concentration, you can add a d6 elemental damage, fire, acid, cold, or lightning, or poison, to your weapon attacks. It has to
Yeah.
you choose one though. So don't choose fire if you're about to fight a fire dragon, because you only get one.
Dude, that
pretty
like
freaking
I
dope.
almost could like just be like see Ash just being like "Phew," and like it's like when he's holding like the blaster or the revolver, it's just like it like runs down his arm and just like wraps around the weapon and changes it to whatever color that he's using.
Yeah.
Think of it this way: Ash just got one more dice added to his sneak attack damage.
So that's
Damn
a
it.
4d6.
'Cause that's the all the rogue. That's all the rogue needs is an extra D6.
So
of
think
damage
about
to
this, right?
anything.
If I use steady aim, right? So if I'm hidden behind a pillar and I use steady aim to give myself advantage on my attack on my next turn, and I use sneak attack on that next turn with the concentration spell, I get 4d6 added on to the damage that I'm going to have advantage on rolling.
Couscous.
See,
Akusta waves at Mykos and holds out her hand, the back of her hand.
This,
I give
This
it to
is-
Quinn to
I-
do to.
I just have to say this. Is this punishment for what I did as Wes, like with all that damage I did as Wes? I'm
Yes.
sorry, Christopher. I'm sorry, okay?
no, you know what, Levi, you know what this is?
What?
This is growth.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
100%.
No, I
Quinn-
no, I actually no,
Quinn
I love
looks
it. I
like-
love it.
Quinn looks like every single tattoo artist you can picture in your mind. Like, you turn and he's had a wardrobe change. Like, he's full on set
Manchu.
up. Yeah, full Manchu, ready to go. Like, the biker jacket cut, you know, the biker vest, and is just like, takes the little dabble from Mykos, goes, "May I?"
Akusta shakes her head.
Oh, come on. And it turns into a fist holding it and chasing you around the room.
Roll athletics, Akusta.
Oh, shit. Really bad, though.
Yeah, attested
Oh, man.
athletics. Contested athletics. Let's do this. The wizard and the cleric.
That's an
okay.
18.
Oh my god. Okay, we have to re-roll. I rolled an 18.
Roll again.
Okay, re-roll.
Come on, baby. Come on. I really want to do this.
Okay.
I got 19.
That is 11. 13
Okay, so
minus
you
2.
see Ash, Mycos, you see this little gnome. I like to imagine this is not at all what you do, like mechanically, but you hit Longstrider, you spank yourself, and you turn to Sonic the Hedgehog, and you just tackle Akusta and stab the needle into her wrist.
Where do you... Yeah, so do you stab it into my wrist or somewhere else?
The top of your hand where you like gestured, you like pointed to Mycos where like that's where you wanted it.
Mm-hmm.
Like 100%, I'd put it right there wherever you would want it. But I would be like lunge attacking, like let's do this.
Like he jumps and he just like pink, and then the tattoo forms.
So,
Akusta's like eyes water and she's just like gritting her teeth. She's very much in pain.
the ink bubbles in the thing and rushes down the splinter, and a pattern appears on the back of your hand that looks like a bunch of feathers that kind of extend up your forearm. And you get one use. Spell Featherfall.
Ooh, cool.
Yeet. Nice. Very cool.
Is it a single use per long rest, or is it a single use total?
Single use per long rest.
All right, sweet.
So Akusta nods to Mycos, but with the same motion, she backhands Quinn.
Quinn accepts it.
He's like, ow.
All right, that's...
He like-
I can infuse a total of 3 items a day, and those are them. So I will go ahead and give myself
Hey,
a tattoo on
Mycos,
another
have you
day.
had time to
Cool.
mess
Is
around
there
with
any-
that rifle at all?
It's my other project for the day.
it's literally, this is the day, like, you
okay.
guys just got back and woke up.
Mycos is like
Bathroom.
working like on his
Like-
stuff over there, like tinkering, and he's like looking over at you guys like, "Hey, you get that rifle done?"
It's the same as just like you're working on your car, and then like your neighbor or your dad or whatever just walks in and is like, oh, so you're finally getting to that, huh? You know, if you just adjust that, it'll make that just so much better. Thanks, Craig. Yeah, thanks.
I want to picture that as Michael's doing this, like Quinn is back behind him, just focusing on this ring because he's dumping in spell slots on top of what everyone else has put in, and is just kind of like, some people, huh, Mycos?
So, actually,
You know what? You're one of. Okay, but before we go any further, there's been another project that I want to work on. But honestly, Quinn,
Yes.
no, I don't have a problem thinking too highly of myself.
You know, I would not say that about you, no.
I do recognize that there are some areas, though, that are not my specialty.
You're just not optimized in those yet.
What is with that king's crown?
I don't know, man.
We found that crown. It's a cursed crown.
Mhm.
I don't dabble in curses. I do so much, but I don't
We,
dabble in curses. I
Fair.
want to know what that is.
Could I like I could try something? Take a look at it.
I don't think I have it on me. I think maybe
You do.
Ash
You do.
has it.
No, you do. You have it on you.
Mycos has it, yeah.
Yeah, you went to off. You tried to sell it to Ash or something like that, and Ash was like, "Hell no." So
Okay, I give the crown to Quinn, but like, please, this could be a
really
dangerous
quick.
object.
Yes. So you just hand it to him?
Quinn does not take it without gloves or a blanket or a pillow or something to put it on. He's not touching this thing.
I think
Good.
it's been in a bag this whole time, so I'm like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think you guys might have
100%.
wrapped it in something or whatever. Yeah. That I just wanted to be like, so you do touch it, right?
No. The two DMs handing a cursed item to each
Yeah.
other are not going to touch it.
That's what I was asking. Like, fellow DMs, what?
so
I'll trade these. You take care of this for me, and I will make you that toe ring. Deal?
Well, you already said you were going to do it, so it sounds kind of like Indian giving. And I would
Deal?
do it for free because you're my friend, so I'll
That's
just
it.
do this one on the house.
So one other thing, Ash wanted to do a investigation check on the newspaper to see if there was anything else in there that was relevant. Like sometimes an article will have nothing to do with the main story, but it'll have other information that's pertinent. So,
yeah, it's just more about the attack on last night. About, there's certain places that are damaged or burned. It's basically like telling you, like, oh, this place got burned, and this place got burned a little bit, but it's being able to get rebuilt.
Is
that
there
sort
a
of
pattern
thing.
to what
There's
areas
some
got burnt? Like, is there a certain specific? Yeah, that's exactly
roll
what
investigation.
I was thinking. Oh God. I'm a dumbass, and I do not even think to ask that question.
Oh, add 2. Add 2
then
to
I
your
got
roll,
a 3.
because I am around.
I gave myself a headache trying
yeah, no.
to figure out what was going on.
Gave himself a
Okay,
concussion.
dude, actually, Ash, okay, so you're looking at the newspaper, you are reading the locations of each building, and everything starts making sense. All the numbers are aligning, all the strings are connecting, and you're just like, oh my God, I can't believe it. And you take the newspaper, you write it, you like connect the dots of the location, and it writes out, who's my dad?
I end up looking like Charlie from Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, this is it. This is the thing. It's like the newspaper, the mailing system goes all the way down. Yeah.
Can I do the Arcana or History check on that crown? I don't know if you have more
Yeah.
to go on.
Yeah, go for it. Go Insight, Arcana, or History.
Okay.
And all the while, I'm working on the blaster rifle.
I have
Okay,
a plus.
I sent you the stats for the blaster rifle. It's 2d8 plus piercing and whatever. It's basically a short bow or a crossbow. Your crossbow, pretty much, but double the damage.
Okay. I have a +8 to History and Arcana, so I rolled a 27.
Okay, so History. You didn't I'm going to say this is history. And, well, it could be either one. You're sitting, kind of staring at this crown. And you're just, mulling it over. And you're like, why does this crown seem familiar? We found it in the Harmony Castle. Why is this? And then it kind of clicks. Sadie looks really familiar to you. And the thought pops into your head, maybe I should go talk to Sadie about this.
Okay, I'll remember that. I'll let Akusta do whatever she was going to do.
So, Akusta talks to Quinn, and she says,
That's
I've been
creepy.
watching you. Ever since we've met in Discord, you've been doing, I know you're an archaeologist, and you have, all this knowledge to create things that work, without, an ostensible intended purpose that's, obvious to someone who's looking for it. But,
Sure.
you're able to make these things that work in a different way than intended. How are you able to do that? How are you able to do your time shifting? How are you able to do this stuff?
Okay. So, little bit of backstory, I guess. So you know how I'm an archaeologist, right?
Yes.
And I go play around in tombs and I find kind of cool stuff and I tend to touch it without looking at things and I'm very reckless, as you can tell.
I remember that you dug up someone's kitchen because there was a tunnel discovered underneath his kitchen when he was doing the flooring. So, yeah, that tracks.
Yes, 100%. Birdie. Yeah, Birdie, Birdie Briarfork, he definitely had a kitchen. Yeah, no, I went in, and so it was, how do I say this? It was a tomb that had a slight, I've heard it called a Transylvania type feel to it. And I started kind of grabbing loot because it was worth a lot of money. And when I grabbed this one thing, it hurt really bad. Like, this searing pain I had never felt before. And then at that point, whenever I would make a mistake, or I wanted to escape and I couldn't get away and I would slip, I could just go back and redo it. And I practiced and I got better, and that's why I can kind of bend time, because I touched something I wasn't supposed to.
Do you still have it? What does it look like?
Maybe somewhere, but it was more like a goblet type thing. I might have sold it, because honestly, after I touched it, it kind of, me and my buddies, we thought we were all going to get it, and when they touched it, it didn't work anymore.
I see. So something from one of your archaeology digs, like, made you able to manipulate time.
Yeah, something along those lines.
Okay.
Some of them make you really itchy.
I see.
Itchy items.
Yeah.
I see. That sounds uncomfortable.
It is. It is.
So, Akusta goes up to Ash and says, "You know, when I met you, I didn't detect that you were a magic user. So, what's going on, Asher? How are you able to do that?"
Practice. Lots of practice. And I found in some of my travels and some of my exploits in taking things from people who had more things than me, that they had certain scrolls and books in their possession, and I memorized a lot of the incantations. I don't know what they mean, but I know what they do. Like, when I cast a spell, it sounds like gobbledygook in my ears. I don't understand what I'm saying, but I know when I say that certain phrase, this thing happens. So I've managed to be able to learn some spells, but I'm trying to think of the best way to explain it. I'm a rogue first, magic user second. It's something that I have picked up, and if it helps me, it helps me. If it doesn't, I don't use it. Like, if you notice, like, when we fight, I don't use it all that often. It's more of a backup plan for me, because I don't know very many spells. It takes a lot of concentration and time for me to learn the repetitions of these certain ways of speaking, certain phrases, certain harmonics, certain sounds that make these things happen. And I don't understand why they do, but they just do. It's in these books and scrolls that I've found and sold for quite a profit. But got all of it up here.
So did you sell all of them? Did you sell all of the books and all of the scrolls?
Yeah. My family, I came from a wealthy family, but they gave me nothing. I've had to, like, work for everything I have. And I went on some pretty rough times there, and I sold basically everything I owned. And, like, what you see me wearing, this is what I own. That's it.
Akusta nods, and she says, "Yesterday, when you were in the elevator, and, I was, trying to do damage control in the laboratory. You sent a silver thread into my mind, and I'd never seen anything like that before. Normally, when I'm able to talk to you or Quinn or Mykos, I just, broadcast my thoughts to them. It's just like, if I had a voice, they would hear it in their head. But this is something different. How were you able to do that?
That happened spontaneously.
That was all you.
Really?
I don't know what that was. Yeah, I don't do that. I don't know what that is.
I guess maybe that's the way I visualize when we talk. Like, did you ever play well, I don't know. Did you ever play the game when you were kids where you had a couple of tin cans and some string and you could make noises in?
Sure, we would go across the village.
That's,
and it would still work.
Yeah.
We would test the distance.
That's the way
to
it
see
works
how far
in my
it would
head.
go.
So maybe that has something to do with it.
Yeah, that's not how it works for me. So I think that's all you, Asher.
Levi, go ahead.
The mute woman was
Hey,
doing
you
the
don't
cam
have to be
thing,
able to talk. You can tap.
talking.
You can make Morse code.
Oh, true. Okay.
Well,
Okay,
there's
you're right.
also, if you live in a village with all Kalashtar, everyone
Very true.
can use Mind Link.
Yeah, very true. I just
Yeah.
wanted to get the record straight.
Yep, that's how it works.
I suppose.
That is a
I
very
have
true
done
statement.
that before.
But yeah, no.
Also, you
That
want
is
to
a-
do something. Want to do something really cool? Is you take a string and you run it about 10 feet down and you pull it tight and you put your ear against it and you snap it and you can hear the electrical or the vibrations going pew pew, bouncing back and forth, almost like a Morse code, and it sounds very much like Blaster
Oh, that's
Fighter,
cool.
Fire. It's really cool. It was a science
Well, I
experiment.
I don't think I've ever
Science
done that.
I know
That's
experiment
cool.
when we were kids.
I know what me and Luke are doing the next time we hang out when we get drunk. Pew 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 pew.
But acoustic, yeah, it's basically I don't know, that's how I envision us speaking. It's a thread between our heads. Honestly, I have no idea where that came from. Maybe it's something that I can do. I don't know.
Yeah, that's interesting. I've
Can
never
you see it
experienced
too?
anything like that. You should think about that.
All right,
Yeah,
so
yeah, I can totally see it.
let
I'm
me
just like,
try
I've never
this.
seen
And
that before.
so, where are we? How are we adjacent to each other? Are we like talking face to face, or like what's okay? So
Yeah, so you guys went back up to your room because
yeah,
Mykos is working on his projects over there on that side of the room. Quinn is on his bed fiddling with his
Yeah.
ring, like casting spells into
Okay.
it, and you guys are kind of like
all
off
right.
in
So
the corner,
Akusta,
like
let
talking
me
to each
Let me
other.
concentrate for a second. And so Ash will concentrate, and the silver thread will appear again between, and it's gonna go basically from like the middle of his forehead to the middle of Akusta's.
Is it basically
Roll-
the message cantrip? Is basically what it is.
I don't know.
Or
We're
is it something
exploring
else?
this
I'm
at the
s-
moment.
Really,
So-
I don't
I'm
know.
really
Yes.
sorry.
Yeah, we're exploring. So go ahead and roll actually.
Sorry.
Ash, roll Arcana or Wisdom
Add +2 to whatever it is.
That is a dirty
as you try to
20.
do this. And I'm gonna say acoustic.
Yeah.
Nice.
Sick.
Okay, cool. I was gonna say roll with advantage, but yeah. So the message does appear. Like you're able to connect to Akusta, and like Akusta said, you are the only person to ever connect to
Ash
her
is
like
sitting
this.
there, and in his mind, without moving his mouth, he's talking to Akusta and he goes, "Can you see that silver thread now?"
She says,
Okay, I'm gonna try
Absolutely.
something. So Ash takes and like lifts his hand up and like touches the thread and like plucks it to where it vibrates. And Ash can feel it kind of moving in his forehead. He's like, "Acoustic, can you feel that?"
crazy enough, I can feel it and hear it.
Okay, this is something new I don't understand.
Maybe you should try it with either Mykos or
Agreed.
Quinn. See if they can.
Not Mykos.
Agreed.
That was
Agreed.
perfect.
But Mykos wouldn't have any idea.
Just
what's
off in the
going on,
corner.
but yes. Yeah, but
that's just
so
perfect, though. I like that.
Ash is gonna say, like, quiet, like, through the link to Akusta, do you know anyone who knows more about this stuff than either of us that we could ask later? Because I have no idea what's going on.
She says, everyone I know is in the city of Discord, and everyone I used to know before then came from the village of Laughter where I'm from, and they're all
So-
scattered about.
So,
I wouldn't
Akusta,
know.
go ahead and, like, roll a history check or something.
Because
of the sort.
nobody here knows that Akusta went to the church, right? Like, that's still, like, she was... Okay, that's... I wanted to make sure.
Yeah.
No.
I just wanted to make sure I had continuity correct.
That
Yeah.
that is not a thing that the party is privy
Well,
to, or
Ash
at least
isn't
Quinn
either.
is not.
I
privy
just wanted to make sure,
Yeah.
keeping continuity.
Yeah.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Okay,
to. These rolls are spicy.
I know they are. You have the thought of, like, man, you know what? Like, I really miss my childhood best friend. I really miss my friend. Because we would talk to each other like this all the time.
So,
I do know someone who may be able to help, but
Okay.
I don't know
Well,
where she is.
like, and this is still through the link, Ash is saying, okay, well, maybe if we can figure out where she is, you could ask her at some point. But I'm going to try
Yeah.
to end this and, like, take the silver cord away and see what happens. And so Ash stops concentrating on it. The silver cord just kind of, like, just dissipates. And then Ash, just, like, in his head is like, Acoustic, can you hear me? Is it the same?
Says yes. No, it's not the same because I'm connected
Okay.
to you. You're not connected to
Okay.
me. If that makes
Ash
sense.
kind of looks at Quinn and is like, hey, Quinn, you want to try something weird?
Only
Okay.
always.
Oh, God. I'm just going to leave the room for this. Hold up. DM has left the chat.
So
Drunkle has
Quinn,
left the chat.
For some reason, sometimes when I talk to Akusta, like, has she talked to you in your mind before? Okay. It is very cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Actually,
For some reason, when I want to talk to her, a silver cord will appear from my head to hers. And we can both see it.
dope. But
So
okay.
I'm curious if I can do that with someone else.
Okay.
You want to try?
All right, hit me.
All right.
I'm ready. Let's do this.
Yeah, so essentially what you are doing, Shane, or Ash, is you are doing the message cantrip. Let's
Okay.
just mechanically
I don't
make
even
it
know what that is. I'm gonna have to look that up. But
It's just a cantrip
both
that's
Ash
it's
and
basically
Shane are
it's-
clueless.
You whisper a message. Yeah, it's basically you. I'll read it to you. Like it's you whisper. It's you point your finger toward a creature within range and whisper a message. The target and only the target hears the message and can reply in a whisper that only you can hear. But we'll modify it
Okay.
and make it that
So-
it's a mind link.
So
Yeah, like the
Ash
silver
kind of
cord.
like not even thinking about it. He like puts his hands like this in front of him, and then like goes kind of like this and like points accidentally to Quinn, and is like, and this silver cord just appears between Ash and Quinn's heads, and Ash is like, "Can you hear me, Quinn?" without moving his mouth.
Yeah.
Dude, this is insane.
Holy shit. I have a thing is so Quinn is something mechanically I set up for Quinn. Levi, I didn't get a chance to run it by you, but Quinn is constantly thinking something or various things. Is it would Ash hear those things if he's like mentally thinking them over and over?
No. It's more of like what. It's more of what
It's
you
the tin cup.
willingly want
It's
him
the
to
tin
hear.
cup and string. Yeah.
Yeah. It's basically like those are your personal thoughts. Unless you want him to hear those, you can let him hear you.
I definitely would let Ash hear this, but I wouldn't want the rest of the party. Could I text him, or do you want me to say it to him, or is
Say it
everyone
to
good?
him.
OCC.
Maybe you should text him.
So
Okay.
Okay, yeah,
basically,
text him.
Okay. I'll text him.
basically, Ash. I'm guessing that Quinn's mind is noisy. So Ash,
Very.
when he hears all of the noise, just kind of says to Quinn through his head, someone's mind who is finally as noisy as mine. It is.
It's really annoying, isn't it?
It's almost like that constant ringing in my ears. Dude, yeah.
Well, this was cool. And Quinn reaches up and goes,
Snip.
nip, and shuts his brain off because at this point Quinn has only let Akusta into his brain to like talk, so he's just like, I like Ash, but
totally get it.
too much people.
Quinn.
Click.
Quinn, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Quinn from across the room just kind of gives you like a thumbs up, like, we're good, but that's a
Understood.
lot of people for today.
That's cool. I did not even know that was a
So-
thing in D&D.
Yeah, I'm currently gonna I'll send you the thing to it.
Akusta steps closer to Asher and just like stares into his eyes for a second, and she says, she's looking very carefully at his eyes, looking for any hint of yellow, and she says, "You're not a
No.
Kalashtar, are you?"
Nope, just plain old human.
She just kind of shrugs, and she says, "I've never seen
Me
anything
either.
like this."
But these baby blues are all people. All human.
So you are just a human.
Nope.
Ash. Are you variant human?
Yep.
Really? Just went straight human. Wow.
Mycos is just like, holy shit, like nudging Quinn, like,
No,
whoa, look at this.
Out of character, I sent a message to D&D chat recently, like, "Hey, name a place on the internet you've never been," and it was the human page on our D&D website. Like, yeah, I've never even looked at them as a class. I've
Super
All
underrated, even though even the non-variant I think can be really well done, and I appreciate Shane not picking the variant. Also,
they
Shane,
get a
I
plus
text
one
you.
to each
I just
stat.
messaged it to him.
That's really good.
Lucas, don't worry
no,
about it.
I texted him what was
when I
in
built
Quinn's
this
brain.
character, I was like, what would be the best race for a arcane trickster rogue? And I was like, human. Just straight flat human, because there's no like weighted. Well, it's not. It's but that's the thing is I love the wishy-washy. There's no weighted to one thing or another. With a human, you're a blank slate. There's nothing to try and tell you which way to go. You can kind of evolve the character as
Very
it goes, which
interesting.
whatever you CC thinking or other. That's kind of what I liked about Ash is he's evolving as we go.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a completely fleshed out character.
Yeah,
That's super fun.
absolutely.
I dig
So
it.
yeah, Shane, I did text you or WhatsApp you the screenshot of the description.
And I'm
but yeah,
looking really hard at Shane's face because I want to see what his brain immediately thinks of what is in Quinn's mind.
Wait for it.
Wait for it.
It's got to be about strippers or
No.
hoes.
No. Head tilt.
It's literally just the N-word in all caps.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
No. Bad, Christopher.
It's definitely
You
not that,
disgust me.
and it's honestly the last thing anyone would think that Quinn was thinking.
So I have a never mind. There's a joke I'll tell after we yeah.
Okay.
Can
Last thing I want to do is Akusta like taps on Maiko's shoulder, and she says to him, "Got a second?"
Yeah. What can I do for you?
Maiko's really quick. I want you to roll a d12.
Also, Maikos, really quick, are you done with that blaster yet? Also, Maikos 100% would be that person to be like, yeah, okay, there's your second, and then move back to whatever he was doing.
You just roll a 2, you said? Okay, it takes you 2 hours to work on the blaster.
Oh, dang, that's actually good.
That's
Yeah.
not bad.
Yeah.
Okay. So Akusta says to Maikos, "I feel like I need to explain something to you guys." So she looks at all three of you, and she just kind of thinks about how to explain so that all of you can. She wants to only do it once. She uses sign language, but not fluently. So, but you can all understand her because you're kind of all at the same level. She's been teaching you. So, she says to all of you, my magic comes from family spirit, dream trader, she just kind of forget it. I'll write it. So she takes her time and writes out a
Can I get
message.
pronunciation check really quick? You said dream trader?
Trader.
Or with a T?
One who trades.
Okay, good.
So,
She's a traitor.
I don't know what a
magic.
dream trader is, but it sounds terrible.
so she
It sounds
finishes-
dope. Hold on, I gotta
finishes
write a
writing
monster
her-
really quick.
She finishes writing her note and hands it to Maikos. I sent it to you.
And I reckon you want me to read this?
Yes, please.
The dragon centipede is a manifestation of Laredo,
Laredo.
the dream trader. He's a Kori who's been part of my family for generations. He grants us specific abilities related to dreams, but he also gives us corresponding weaknesses. This happens at birth, and we don't choose our power. I thought he didn't have a trade with me, because I could talk to everyone in my village, and I had no reason to hurt anyone. But I left for the city a year ago, and that's when I learned he traded my voice for psychic powers. I wanted to find a wizard mentor, but that plan failed. Then Loredau began speaking to me. He said, "Serve my interests, and I'll grant you more power." I don't like this course, but I see no other option.
What course are you on?
She just kind of shrugs.
Being a servant of Loredau, it
Who
sounds
is
like.
Loredau?
Yeah, what's a quarry?
She looks a little bit flustered because she doesn't have the words to say it so that all of you can understand it. But
Yes.
she just kind of repeats the
Okay.
words family spirit.
Okay.
Well, when you figure it out, let us know, and if we can help in any way, let
Same
me know.
here.
I got you. And like Quinn does kind of like he does sign language. It's not sign language. He's like doing things.
Basically just dancing.
Exactly.
The
Just like,
Macarena.
Signing your name over and over.
he's voguing everywhere.
Yeah.
Ash
Yeah.
just kind of like looks at Akusta and is like, I'll help you if I can. Let me know, and I'll try and help you.
He'll try and
If
shoot
it
it.
calls for shooting,
Even if it doesn't.
She shakes her head.
She's like, don't shoot my family spirit animal, please.
Look, I think we've been through enough. I'll throw slime on whatever you need me to throw slime on.
Oh. Okay.
She just kind of clasps her hands and nods gratefully at all of you.
You know what? I won't kill it. I promise I won't kill it. But I'll make it wish it was dead.
She snickers.
Alrighty. So, you guys.
If everyone's done, I'd love to talk to Sadie about this freaking crown.
For sure.
Totally. So go. Yeah. So I take it you head
I worked
downstairs
really hard
to.
on
that was
by the way, you guys.
amazing.
I loved it. I thought
Yeah.
it was fantastic. That was awesome.
Yeah, it was great.
That's why I was like, I'm not interrupting. I want this so bad. I'm just like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
more story.
And this is the
And
perfect
thank you
session for it. That's
helping
why I
to
want to
flesh
do
out
this
Quinn,
session.
or not Quinn, Ash a little bit. Like that. Like this
Ash.
was perfect. Thank you.
Yeah, that was the first. That's the most
Ash
we
is
ever got
not
out of
a
Ash.
very open book.
No.
Ash is a book. You open the cover, and you know what you see? Another cover. It's just another cover.
Another cover. The Book of Ash. The Book of Ash. The Book of Ash.
Every third page is a dust cover.
Yeah. And then it just says
Like, that's enough. That's enough.
And-
That's enough. That's enough. You don't need to read it. No, that's enough. You don't have to read anymore.
It's just
Yeah, it's
onion of book covers. It's just book covers all the way down.
And the very last page is Angsty Rogue.
So I'll just go ahead and share this with the whole chat, so everyone can have it.
And Quinn,
Yeah.
I'm just working on my rifle. You take that crown, whatever you want. I trust you with it.
Alright,
So-
cool. This thing is soup's magic and soup scary. I'm reckless, but this will kill people.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So you go down to talk to Sadie about it?
Suck, girl.
She is standing. She's now helping like Grant like prep for dinner or whatever for the food and all that. She's like, and she's totally focused. Like, yeah, what's up?
Evil crown. I recognize you. Soup's magic, soup scary. What the hell?
She's like, what evil? And she looks and like, she's a drow woman. You see like all the color, like, yeah, all the color, just she's pale as like goes like. Where did you find that?
I don't really remember. But you look paler than Mycos' left butt cheek.
Like Evie, it's like, like she almost does a spit take.
Wait till
And
she
she's
finds
like-
out that we've had it in our inventory for like the past several days in her establishment. We've just been
No,
carrying it around.
it's only been for the last day because the last session that we got it was only like 2 days ago. So it's only been like a day and a half, and we've only just not realized to ask it.
She's just like, that's my father/uncle's crown,
Mm.
and
Little
she's
bit
like,
of incest in the morning.
no, not incest. It was they each individually.
Oh.
Go get the rest. Go get the others. And she's like,
Hey guys, hello.
Oh, he needs us.
I need an adult.
Yeah, we go.
The adults are in the room. What's up?
So she leads you to
I only see
She lead-
one adult here. And he
She
points
leads-
at Akusta, just like,
yeah. So Sadie motions for you guys to follow her downstairs. There's a downstairs basement. And she motions for everybody to follow her. Everybody else does kind of know about it or knows what's going on, but not to the extent that she's about to go into detail. And you start going down into this basement, and you see all different sorts of little trinkets and like that are next to like different supplies and crates and all that.
Ash and Quinn are doing a very similar activity.
Yeah.
But Ash is trying to be a little bit more subtle.
Yeah. And so Ash and Quinn, you notice, and because you're doing that, you notice a picture on the wall. There's a picture of 4 individuals in a tavern, holding ale, drinking, smiling. It's of Sadie. It's of the drunk from the bar that you guys know as Terrence.
Terry's cool.
The mayor Thunderbeard that you know her as. And a 4th individual that you don't recognize. He looks to be a male human with long black hair and like a scar across his face.
You know what? The long hair works. I prefer a bob, but it's working for him.
So yeah, and Terrence it follows you guys down there as well, so he can be a part of this.
Terry,
he's like, "Hey, what's going on?" And
not
he's
much,
like,
man.
"Yeah, yeah."
So you got a little history here, huh?
Yeah, a little bit. And like him and Sadie like kind of lock eyes for a second, and then she goes up to this table, clears the table, and kind of you see her kind of touch the table, and a little projector starts playing. It's like of smoke, and it shows events partaking, like a scene. And
Why
it's
do
like,
I feel like
first
a
of all,
Wookiee's
we
gonna
have to
rip
say,
my arm off?
I don't know. I think I had a really bad festival trip that was just like this.
It's like, yeah, so it's no secret, and I haven't exactly hidden it, but
You also haven't divulged the information either, so really, is it kind of hiding or is it not?
I'm surprised you guys didn't know, but I was the princess of Harmony.
Well, Your Majesty. And Quinn like curtsies.
So he's like, my father was the king of Harmony for many years, and that was his crown. But eventually, it became my uncle's crown.
By good means or bad?
He killed my father and my mother, and banished me from my home. That's when I met Amethyst, and the smoke clears and it shows Sadie meeting Mayor Thunderbeard. Like it shows them in a bar fight, like fighting shoulder to shoulder, like back to back. Shortly after that,
Amethyst Thunderbeard.
yeah, old Amethyst.
It's such a pretty name.
It is.
Also, you two are awesome. Like Quinn is just like losing his mind, just like looking at the other party members, like, you're seeing this, right?
Yeah, it's like this epic like bar fight. Like they're throwing people over like the counters and tables and all that, and they're kind of like laughing as they do and smirking.
Quinn and Mykos are like, "Oh, use the chair, use the chair!"
Like full on like 13-year-olds watching WWE or something, just like he's gonna use the chair.
That is excellent.
Like just like full on
technique
spazzing out
with the mug. That is excellent technique.
Thanks. Yeah, I've had plenty of practice with that.
Mykos and Quinn look at Ash just like, kiss ass, and then go back to watching.
So then it cuts back to the like Jacob like just like kind of taps you guys. This is my favorite movie.
Oh,
And
okay,
just
okay.
like,
You got popcorn?
yeah, I got popcorn. Of course, he tosses you some popcorn and then gives you like also like some Thin Mints. Like,
Don't say Thin Mints, you freaking psychopath. Peanut butter M&Ms or Reese's
okay.
Pieces.
Sorry, I haven't seen a movie. I haven't gone to a movie theater in like 3 years. Okay, I don't
Red
know. I don't remember.
Vines, some like a true traditional theater snack. Not
I'm so-
Thin Mints. Who eats?
I'm sorry,
Christopher. If you
meant-
say Thin Mints, I will drive to your house right now and fart in something. I don't know yet.
Okay, first, peanut butter is like my favorite food in the world. I will never choose mint over peanut butter. Second off, the new Batman did just come out. I should go see it.
Oh
I
man!
really
Yeah,
should too.
Lucas,
when
I'm gonna
when
Lucas,
you
I'm gonna
guys
text
go
you
to
afterwards.
see it, please
Okay.
let me know. I would love to go see it as well.
Let's all
Yeah.
go.
Movie night?
Let's talk about it afterwards.
Afterwards,
Let's
sorry,
talk-
Levi. I'm just trying to play to my character. I'm not trying to derail your thing. I promise.
Sorry,
Afterwards,
please continue.
this is
Please continue.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry, Levi.
it's okay. But yeah, so you after all this, Jacob hands you some red vines. Evie passes you the peanut butter M&Ms, and Sadie like looks at you guys like, okay, we're all done. Okay, well. Shortly after that, my old protector, my old guard, tracked me down, and it then shows Terrence, the elf that you know as the drunk, the guy that's standing right next to you,
Dilf.
him getting involved in the bar fight. So we began adventuring, finding treasure and fighting monsters, and that's when we ran into Malik, a fallen paladin who just needed friends. And it shows Malik in all black armor, alone in the rain, sleeping with his horse, when the others come up to him.
We haven't
We-
met him yet, have we?
No, the first time you saw him was that picture.
Okay.
We all were running from something. Me and Terrence were running from the king. Malik was running from the church. We never knew why. Amethyst was an orphan who was running her whole life. It then shows Harmony soldiers harassing some townsfolk, and that party intervening. But eventually, the running led us back to Harmony. We knew we had to do something. You guys then see the party leading a revolution and taking the city back. The four of them then met the king in his throne room. The evil Drow king sitting on his throne with the crown upon his head. The very crown that is in Quinn's hands right now. He then lunged at them with the sword. And Sadie's... He was the greatest monster we have ever faced. And we knew it. The king, then you see the image. The king knocks Thunderbeard back and then hits Terrence twice and Sadie once. Then you see Malik delivering a mighty smite on the king. Sadie then wraps him in vines, but the king cuts his way out. We fought for hours. It then cuts to later in the fight. Thunderbeard, Sadie, and Malik are on the ground, while Terrence is alone fighting the king, both covered in blood. While they have their swords locked in, you see Sadie slowly getting up, picking up, and dragging Thunderbeard's axe. Hardly being able to stand, she swings the great axe, sending the king's head flying. It was over. We did it. They all collapsed due to exhaustion. Or so we thought. The perspective, the camera then focuses on the crown on the ground. And Malik picks it up and puts it on. Standing proudly and declaring his rule. Our very friend had fell victim to the crown. We pleaded for him to take it off. But he was gone. Sadie then casts a spell to cause some rocks to fall on him, and it kills him. We went to destroy the crown, but it was lost in the rubble. That was the last time anyone had seen the crown. Until now.
Destroy it.
Where did you guys find it?
I don't know.
We
I just
found it
found it.
when Thunderbeard was kidnapped by the Harpies. We chased him to the old castle of Harmony. Inside, we found a king sleeping, it seemed. An undead sleeping king. And it was all Ash. Ash, it was his idea to take the crown off of his head. But we were able to discern that it was something we shouldn't really
Ash is
play
shaking
around
his head
with.
the entire time, like, no.
After we rescued the mayor, we came down here and went to the lab. But yeah, we've had this for a day or so now. What do we know about
It
this
should
crown?
be destroyed. It reminds me of a ring that I heard about a long time ago.
Akusta shakes her head.
Sadie kind of stands there, and you can tell that this is a very emotional story for her. And seeing that crown, she is very shook. And she's like, we never could discern what the crown was. We just knew that it was evil. Our Malik, who we knew as a good person, he succumbed to it. My uncle succumbed to it. It drew my uncle to killing my father. I don't know why. My father seemed good. I don't know.
This crown represents some sort of corrupting influence.
Absolute power corrupts absolutely.
And 3 fart sniffers, looks at Akusta just like, sorry, found it randomly in a castle. No one else finds that suspicious.
This thing seems dangerous, and it should be either locked away for all time or destroyed, in my opinion. Like, as someone who steals shit on a regular basis that's super powerful, this seems super dangerous. It should be destroyed.
Okay. Let's examine the trade-off here. There are things that are powerful. There are things that are cursed. If this
anything
item
that is
cursed,
powerful enough,
surely it must
anything that
describe
is
some
powerful
power.
enough is a curse in and of itself. Because as soon as you are powerful enough to do whatever you want, and no one can stop you, what is to stop you from doing whatever you want?
Ash, I hear you, but what's the
Doesn't
power?
matter.
We know what the curse is. We know the curse is some sort of corrupting influence. That's fine. But I am a man of analysis. What is the power? What's the trade-off? Why take this crown? Why accept this curse if it did not ascribe some sort of power? That is a question worth
Agreed,
answering.
but that trade-off is perhaps one of the most dangerous things that any sentient species could undergo. The trying to draw the line between what is the trade-off between power and the corruption that it can bring.
So, while this disagreement or conflict is happening, Quinn has put the crown that he was holding in a bag, or some sort of thing to block touching it, puts in a bag, ties it tight, and offers it to Sadie.
Sadie looks at it very hesitantly, and she grabs it and kind of looks around, trying to figure out she's like, I don't know what to do with it. Like,
I mean, I honestly, I don't know what to do with it either. But the way you talked, it was your dad's, it was your uncle's.
Agreed.
It's rightfully yours. Whether it's evil or not is not my decision. I will know this, though. If you decide to use it for evil purposes, there will be 4 people trying to gank you at any possible moment. But if you want to find out what it is and how to relieve the curse and figure out its power, there are 4 people who 110% will help you, or at least 1. But don't abuse it. That's all I ask. It's rightfully yours.
So
Knuckles.
But don't abuse it.
Quinn
Give Quinn
actually,
Knuckles.
yeah, and like Ash gives him Knuckles too, and he's like, you know what? If you can agree to that, what Quinn is proposing, that we can be your kind of check and balance, failsafe,
A
that
fail-safe.
we are the ones that you trust completely to tell you when you have changed, if you have completely changed character, you will give us the crown or we will take it off you.
Sadie, she starts shaking her head and like, I'm not gonna wear the crown. I was part of the revolution. She looks at Terrence and looks at Terry and is like, we were part of getting rid of the monarchy because we knew how messed up it was. I can keep it. Like, yes, if you guys, it would be great to get rid of this cursed item. If it's cursed, get rid of it. Get rid of the curse so that way no other person can get enthralled by it. I can keep it in the safe down here, and keep it locked away. But I'm not going to take my rightful place.
I'm not asking you in any way to take any kind of authority. That is a cruel request of anyone. I'm not asking you for that. I am asking you, I'm giving you what is rightfully yours. And I will help you remove whatever curse is on this item with the full amount of my abilities. Because as Ash said, and as Maiko said, analytical people will want to analyze it and experiment with it and put it on people, and you don't know what kind of hell it can unleash. Asher has brought up the amazing point of that absolute power corrupts. So whoever does try and steal it, it will corrupt. All I'm asking for you is to keep it safe and for you to dictate what happens with this crown, whether it be destroyed, whether the curse be lifted, or whether it be worn.
Ash
I'm
doesn't
leaving
say
that up to
anything.
you.
He just nods like this is the way.
Akusta fights back a smirk and coughs.
Also, that was entirely too serious. Titties.
Knuckles,
Garrett-
again, Knuckles for...
Garrett kind of asks you, like, he's you can see him mulling this all over again. Like, he's trying to analyze the whole story and situation. Like, you guys found it on did you say a zombie?
Yeah.
Or some sort of
undead
kind
king.
of undead thing. We didn't kill it. I mean, I don't think we did. We
No,
just kind
well,
of
it-
we kind of just like
well-
stole it and then left the door unlocked because, I mean, that's how we found it, so that's how we left it. You know, leave
So
the forest
say-
as you find it.
Sadie like turns back, like it basically rewinds the projection, the movie, and cuts to the part where she cut off the king's head. It's like, I killed the king. We killed the king.
Okay.
So
Who was that then?
what do you say? Like, what's and Garrett
Must have
is
been, what's his name?
The last person who had it,
Malik.
Malik?
Malik.
Yeah, Sadie's like, Malik. It's Malik. Or actually, Terrence says that. Terry's like, it's Malik. It's like, no, because we found him underneath the rubble. We found his body. Go ahead.
Wait a second. So you found his body? So in
Yeah,
other words, this crown, which was somehow lost during this event, was found by some other third party, and it turned them into an undead?
Go ahead and roll like investigation, insight, or perception, whatever you want to roll.
Oh, that's going to be investigation.
And
all day.
+2.
21.
21. Okay. So with what you and so what you gather from this information is that you start to think, and Garrett kind of helps you along with it. Why would a zombie be locked in the closet with a cursed crown?
Wasn't locked.
Okay, well, why was it in a closed closet?
And why and who was the zombie?
And who was the zombie? And so you and Garrett are actually kind of figuring this out together, like you kind of talking out in like to yourselves while everybody else is off. And it's like, and Garrett's like, maybe somebody like put it on somebody for safekeeping and kind of just like hid them away until they can come back and get it. Because if they're like, say if somebody's already dead, then it wouldn't affect them, right?
Then that would mean somebody else knows that the crown went missing.
I mean, maybe they haven't checked yet, or maybe they do.
Garrett, if what you're saying is true, if I go back to that castle and I go into that room, that individual creature that crown came off of would be inanimate and dead.
I think so, or maybe it was already a zombie, and the person just kind of plopped it on there for safekeeping.
One way or another, we're gonna have a serious case of deja vu.
I'm thinking we might have to go back to that castle to investigate.
Why not?
That would make sense.
Augusta wants to look out at the city and see what the state of affairs is after all that like crazy stuff went down with the fire.
Yeah,
and
okay.
with, like, everyone
Watch
being
the
mutated
bar
and all that
completely
stuff.
fall
So
downstairs.
Yeah. Oh, so you guys are in the basement right now. So you guys walk back up like after this powwow, and you guys kind of look out throughout the city. I imagine you guys kind of step out, just kind of look around and just be like, and it seems kind of normal. Like it seems like, I mean, there are people. There is a what are they called? There are people, or there's a guy or two like has a wagon full of mutated bodies, like a wagon dragging them away to like be buried or burned or something. And
Bring out your dead.
Yeah, exactly.
A dragon wagon.
Yeah, exactly. And then you just see like people throwing a body on there, or it's just being carried away. So like it was said, the people will be partying and all that, but that doesn't mean that security is laxed either. And yeah, so like the castle, you honestly don't know what would be going on there. You can still see some smoldering and some smoke kind of billowing in the sky from just leftover, just like ash. And there's still some ash kind of falling randomly. But besides
Ash, you gotta
that,
stop being so clumsy, man.
yeah, I know. It's like
He's just falling randomly.
I can't help it.
Shit.
When Quinn's there to
It's the
modify my decks, everything just goes wrong.
it's the uneven cobblestone, man.
So, am I able to tell if the marketplace is in business.
You would assume that, yes. And so, like, yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So Akusta takes out her notepad and writes down a list, and then she turns to everyone. She just kind of motions to everyone, even though she can only talk to one person at a time. So she talks to Quinn and says, I feel really bad about what happened in the laboratory. I feel like it was my fault how things went down.
I think it was Maiko's fault.
Agreed.
Well, here's the thing. I tried to run damage control and it did not work. And I just feel like I just made everything worse, and I want to make it up to everybody. There's a recipe that I want to make for you guys, but I'll need you guys' help to get the ingredients from the marketplace.
Let's do this.
Yeah, I figure since this is like a cosmopolitan city, they'll have most of the things that I'm looking for. It's this recipe that my family used to make, and I was hoping maybe we could make cookies today.
I am so down.
All right.
Yeah, and Garrett kind of looks like, and rest of them are just like kind of smirking. Jake is like, oh, I love some cookies. And Evie's like,
No cookies for you. Smacks his hand. They're like,
ow, I killed a beast. Ow.
after we all did the damage, I'm sorry. It's like I cut this piece of wood after 4 other people cut like 99% of it.
Oh, I'm sorry, you didn't see what I did by myself before you showed up. But
I know it
whatever.
involved a lot of laying down on the ground.
Also, I had to ask really quick, as the DM, I forgot, where the is Lafayette?
I've been riding him the entire time. we were both in Maiko's Snuggie.
One man Snuggie.
And also, Lafayette sleeps in the nude.
I imagine he's just like, you're just up top like, oh my god.
He's just got tufts of hair in his hands.
God.
And that's how he decides where he goes.
I am tattooing this bitch.
Yeah, full on Ratatouille, just like left, right, left. Oh my god.
Tommy this whole time has just been silent, just like listening to everyone else talk about their history and emotions. Like,
Yeah, Lafayette is just like,
No, he
Marcel,
hasn't. He hasn't been silent. Every time I can feel his muscles contracting like he's going to say something, I have covered his mouth. Just like, bop.
adults are talking.
Adults are talking. Listen,
Even though you're like
listen,
14 and he's like...
Steeds are seen and not heard, okay?
And it's like
Akusta.
all right, well, can I go find my friend Tommy?
Vote from
Are
the
you
party.
going to bring Tommy back here,
Akusta
or are
raises
you
her
going to
hand.
go with Tommy to wherever Tommy goes?
This is not Lafayette thinking. I'm trying to get back into his voice. I'm trying to remember his voice. I apologize.
Take your time, dude.
it's actually a legit question because, in addition to working for the mayor, Lafayette and Tommy also work for the recruiter.
If
Now, not
if we can
necessarily
if
the
we can
recruiter, but
co-opt
now
them to
now
work
they
for
work
us,
for me.
they are an amazing go-between between the several different factions of the city. Doesn't
Where's their
matter as
loyalty
long
gonna
as they're.
lie? They have their fingers.
Doesn't matter
in
as
so
long as
many
they can.
soups.
We can make them loyal to us. Doesn't matter.
I'm also down for a really good gumbo. I don't really care. Just dump it all together. Also, Go find Tommy. Make sure he's safe, because I know he's your best friend. And we will all get together and sing Kumbaya and make s'mores. And if you betray me, I will rip out your intestines. Okay, love you, bye.
Yeah, all right. I mean, yeah, that's what we're gonna do. It's just like, he's my best friend, and we're just here to survive.
If you
man.
want to
Like,
survive,
You know what?
that's
You will
hang with
100%
us.
survive if you follow me and you listen to me and only me, not these other three. Maybe Akusta because she's nice.
Fuck
but
you, Quinn.
if you listen to me
Fuck
and
you,
only
Quinn.
me, don't listen to the loudmouth with the dead parents, okay? Now we'll just move on and everything will be okay. Now go find Tommy. Love you. Bye-bye.
yeah, all right. And then he looks at Ashley like, "Are your parents really dead?" And also like,
yeah, they're dead. Don't take
I
what
don't-
Quinn says seriously, but we want you.
and then he just like kind of leans into Ash so only Ash can hear. It's like, please don't make
I
him
won't
ride
let him
me.
ride you.
Please.
You're a man, and
I'm a
we
man.
will let you be a man. You will not be a steed.
You're a man with two strong, tall
You guys
legs.
don't hear this. You guys don't hear this. This is just to Ash. Like, he's come fighting, and Ash like, right. And then he like, he's like, yeah, right. Yeah, I'll go get Tommy, and me and Tommy will come by, and he's a good guy. He's
You
in the
guys
same
seem
boat
like
I am.
good-
So
You seem like good dudes.
yeah, we're good.
And it seems like you guys are looking for a cause to fight for, and I think that you should fight for our cause because our cause is just and is right.
Yeah, definitely. Anyway, yeah, and I'll go stock up on some more temptation. And then he like kind of like skips away, like it's like adios.
Quinn,
Akusta
no more
hands
riding.
Quinn the list that she wrote.
I got a letter. We just got a letter. We just got a letter. We just got a letter. I wonder who it's from. Okay, I got the letter from Akusta. And I will go find these ingredients. Also, Ash,
No
you
more
were saying
riding,
something?
Lafayette. I know it's a sacrifice, but buddy, we'll find someone else for you to ride. This guy is too good to be reduced to a pack animal. He's a human.
Do you
What?
know why I ride them?
Why?
Do you know why I ride them? Test their patience.
He just told me
A
he just
coward.
told.
No. He told you. He asked for
Alright.
someone else to fight his battles.
Okay.
He didn't stand up for himself. He's a coward. He will turn over and betray us in a heartbeat. And when he does, I will gut him, and I will kill him, and then I will find a new mount, and then I'll find someone who can have
You
a
know-
spine. Would you let me ride you, Ash? Would you let me tug on your hair and steer
I will
you in a
shove a
direction
knife
like a little
through
puppet?
the bottom of your chin up into your brain stem.
And that's why I like you and respect
Listen.
you.
I will talk to Lafayette next time I see him. I think that he just has not had the experience we have, and he is in the place where both me and you have been in the past, where we did not know what was going on and we needed help.
He also
And you
left
know
his
what?
friend behind.
He
so
asked to be let
I
go
really
of you
don't
to
have
go
an opinion
find
on
his
him.
friend.
Yeah, actually, as you say that, you can think about it like you can presume. I mean, even last night, Lafayette and Tommy were separated at some point. So they like you've always seen them together, but at this point, you can tell that Lafayette was kind of like the whole time was
Quite
like,
literally,
okay, where's my
Quinn,
buddy?
He was
Like,
terrified
Well,
of
good.
you,
I'm glad.
that you would kill him,
Mhm.
and he was terrified to not see his friend. He literally risked life and limb to sever from you and go find his friend. If he comes back, I'll have this conversation with him. But as of now, don't ride him.
He was terrified of a 14-year-old 3'5"
Magic wielding
No.
son of a bitch who could kill him with a snap of his fingers. Yeah, he's damn right terrified of you.
Oh, I like it when you talk to me like that.
Yeah.
I
So
am
you
pretty
need to
awesome.
think about that.
Thank you.
Can you please stop talking about riding each other and pulling each other's hair? Like,
You need to
Jesus
think about
Christ.
that stuff.
You know what?
Mike
Mike
goes
goes.
over in the corner, just like barely holding back his vomit.
Akusta
Like-
stares at him and just kind of like holds open her collar and fans herself and points at him.
like you can you see
Bolt-
people actually walking by, and you see like a rich proper dude like walking by. He's like, oh my! Like here's you. It's like, stop riding him and stop pulling his hair. And he's like, you talk about that in the street, and then he just keeps on walking. Like, he's
Listen.
like,
No, if he says that, I have something to say to him.
go ahead.
If I talk about that in the streets, imagine what I say in the sheets, baby.
He vomits.
Good.
He vomits.
Good. Because me and Ash look at Mycos. I'm assuming this me and Ash do this. When he says, stop talking about riding each other, we look at him and go, ew. Just,
Yeah.
ew.
Ew.
Your mind went there? You disgusting human being. Or not human being, whatever you are. You puffed a smoke.
Smoky boy, whatever I call myself.
I don't know. You make up names every other day.
Yes, that's true.
It's very
Anyway.
true. Also, Ash, I will take this into consideration, and I honestly do it just to see how long people get annoyed of me.
Yeah.
So
Okay,
I won't bother
thank
him
you.
too much.
I appreciate it.
Okay.
And I'll
So-
go and I would like to go and get Akusta's ingredients that she sent me.
So, Akusta says, I was hoping that we could all do this together because I feel like I got off on the wrong foot and I just really want us to be friends. All of
Sounds-
us. I feel like I let everyone down and I want people to trust me.
I trust you implicitly. Hands,
Akusta.
please.
How are you feeling?
Not well.
Oh.
Still, huh?
Yeah. I think I'm getting better, but hopefully I'll feel better by tomorrow,
Should-
but I'm not very well.
Will these cookies help?
Okay.
Yes. I
DM.
think so.
DM, do you know what she's on about with her not feeling well?
Yes.
Can I roll to investigate, or would I be able to tell?
I mean,
I rolled to
somebody, I
investigate.
think it was you, already investigated.
It wasn't me.
But go ahead and try and investigate again.
Okay.
I mean, I rolled like
But,
a
yeah, here's-
25
yeah.
health, so.
That's an 8 plus 2. That's a 10. Plus 7 is a 17.
Okay, Akusta, go ahead and roll a deception check if you're trying to hide what's wrong with you.
Okay. I get advantage on those. That would be, sorry, an 11.
Okay. I'm so sorry. So yeah. So Mycos, the way that I will describe this is that it's the only way that you can kind of guess is that she is sick from pulling from a different power source.
Okay.
Like, she is not using the, like, say, spells and powers that she has used over the years. She's doing something different, and it's kind of taking a toll on her body.
So this is essentially like the process that she's taken on, where she's taken on being a cleric instead of a wizard. She's kind of
Mechanically,
having like a diet change almost, where you switch from eating one food to another, and it's
that's
Sure, we'll
what
go with
that's
that.
what you that's what you are gathering. You only got a 17, so I won't give you all of it. But that is what you're gathering from outside appearances. And by the way, you don't even know about her clericness stuff. So this is actually kind of your first little hint of like, you know,
Something's changed.
Just kind of
something's
realizing
changed.
that she didn't summon dragon centipedes before, and now.
Yeah,
She is.
yeah.
Also, Quinn is standing there still with hands up, like hands.
Akusta just kind of raises her hands.
I grab his hand. Let's go get some cookie materials.
Thank you. And
All
Quinn
right.
follows
So you
to get the cookie material.
Ash kind of.
So you guys head to the marketplace.
in the background.
Of course he does.
Akusta makes a wanking motion.
yeah, just like, yeah, just like,
jerk
Oh
and
no,
toss.
it's a dice rolling motion. Forgive me.
yeah, it's a jerk. Yeah, it's dice.
dice and
Let's
yeah.
roll the
toss.
dice.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, ooh, I'm rolling with an edgy rogue. Like, sorry, Ash. Sorry, Ash. I have to make fun of any rogue that I'm with. I'm sorry.
Including yourself when you were with
Ash glowers. from a
Yes,
corner in the
exactly.
alley.
Yeah, he's like, I'm gonna be edgy over here.
Every time that Ash walks in front of Quinn, Quinn's gonna try and step on the back of his cloak.
Oh, give
Like,
him a flat
get,
tire.
like a flat tire, like your shoe.
So the
But
first
just with your
time,
cloak, so it pulls the hood back
that
over,
Quinn
that's-
manages to step on Ash's cloak, Ash pulls it and whips it back at Quinn and snaps him in the nose.
Roll an attack roll.
Oh, he doesn't have to. Quinn lets it happen.
Oh, okay. But I want to see if he actually hits. So roll plus your dex. D20 plus your dex.
That is a 23.
Watch, Luke.
That is
Come
a
to find out, this
that
is
is
a, +3
a
weapon or
20.
something.
Plus a 3. Yep.
Okay,
Nice.
so
You crit?
your AC.
Yep.
You crit? Okay, so yeah, you rolled yeah, so just Quinn, you get a huge sting, like red sting on your face. Like your face almost starts welting immediately. Like it's just like
Quinn moans softly.
oh
Oh!
god.
Akusta pretends she doesn't hear that.
Again,
Immediate-
you chose the worst thing
You're
to
getting
say.
so many looks at through the marketplace. It's like stop beating the gnome.
And God, I'm holding your hand too. So it's like, oh, Jesus.
You just feel the grip tighten a little bit in your hand.
God damn it.
Anyway, you guys were walking.
Listen,
I
you guys
know
started this, not
we
me.
didn't. Ash did
You
not
guys are
start
walking
this
through-
whatsoever.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't. That was all you.
You guys are walking
You know
through
what?
the marketplace.
You're absolutely right. Quinn prostrates himself.
In the middle of the marketplace. So making a huge scene. And like there's people you guys have been like just a minute ago we're talking about trying to stay out of the public eye. And now you're like, I'm gonna prostrate myself in the whole front of everybody.
God damn it.
Yeah. Okay. So you guys are walking through the street or through the marketplace.
Okay.
Going down Akusta's list. So
Yes.
you guys are looking for acorn flour, birch sugar, deer tallow, candy cat mushrooms.
Ooh, going on a trip later.
So you
all right.
guys so you guys are going to be walking through the marketplace. There's stands galore, like all over the place. Like this is a big market, and you see it's bustling. Like people are buying food and all that. Like they're preparing for parties. They're preparing for great meals because hey, they survived the purge or whatever, you know, like that type of stuff.
I mean, they kind of did.
Yeah.
Akusta walks up to a vendor and the nearest vendor and sees what they have on for sale.
Yeah, so they have traditional like flour. Like they have sugar and they have normal like.
Do they have birch sugar?
They roll. I will roll investigation.
Also,
No, don't
I have
roll
to ask
investigation.
you, how legitimate is this recipe?
Let's see. I fudged the birch sugar, but it is possible to make sugar from birch. And the candy caps give like a maple flavor.
So
And it's possible to make flour from acorns, and you render some deer fat, kind of stands in for butter and gives its own flavor.
So you're telling me this could legit
Yeah,
be a
100%.
cookie recipe?
Sure.
the more you know.
When do I need to roll, Levi?
No, you don't
That's
need to roll anything.
amazing apothecary skills.
I was just kind of mumbling. Yeah, I was mumbling to myself. But yeah, you don't have to roll anything. You don't see any sorts of birch sugar that you're looking for.
What about maple sugar or
You are seeing
cane sugar or let's see here, beet sugar?
You ask this kind of halfling woman who's standing there like behind like, and she's like, "Oh darling, yes, of course, here's some maple sugar," and she like kind of plops it on there like, and she heard you mumble about birch, and she was just like, no birch sugar here, here's just some plain old maple sugar. That'll be, and she gives you the price. Like,
Would I know if any like magic shops are around? Because these are all things from like some sort of alchemy shop, like acorn flour, birch sugar, deer tallow, candy cat mushrooms. Those all sound like almost ingredients to like a spell of some sort.
there's some magic shops in this area. It's a marketplace in a big city. There's some magic shops.
I would definitely want to check out one of those and see if they had any of those ingredients.
There was that one goblin, Eliza Lena. She was a shopkeeper, but I don't remember what she had.
She had basically kind of everything. She was like running kind of like a quickie mart kind of thing. Like,
It was like 11-7.
yeah, exactly. So, yeah. So do you go into a store? Yeah, you go into a magic store, and you're looking for, what are you looking for?
Either acorn flour, birch sugar, deer tallow, or candy cat mushrooms.
Okay. So go ahead and roll an investigation check to try and find one in the store, something in your store.
I'm pretty good at those. 18 plus 5, 23.
18 plus 5.
And that
I got
is
a
a
16.
skill I am not proficient in.
Wow. Okay. So
I got 16
let
as
me.
well.
Okay. So let me double check something really quick.
It's my first bad investigation roll. That's a 4 plus 2 plus 7. So.
Oh yeah, add plus 2 to all your soft skills, guys,
Oh, okay. So then
because I'm around.
Then I got a 17.
Can't remember. I got a 23, so 25.
13.
Okay. So you are looking around, and Quinn, you have the right idea that this is like not necessarily like kind of normal like ingredients that you're looking for.
Mm-hmm. This is some
and
spooky bad juju.
but you don't necessarily find everything in this shop. The only thing that you can find here is you already got the acorn flour, or you already got some maple flour to do that.
Yeah, maple sugar.
The only thing that you can find here is candy cat mushrooms. That's the only thing that you can find in the store.
Akusta, how many do I need?
She
Several.
holds up her hand. 5.
All right. I'll buy
make
5
it,
of them things.
Make it 10. I'll buy the
Are
other
you
5.
buying these? No. Okay, good.
An old wizard, like an old man in a wizard robe and a wizard cap, and he's like has a cauldron like behind him.
I do an Arcana check to see if he's actually a wizard or if he's playing a part.
Yes.
Okay, that's a 22. 16. No, 14 plus 8, 22. Math's hard.
Damn it. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, this guy is full on not a wizard. He's full on like putting on a show. He's like, oh yes, travelers, yes, come around. Yes, you want this. All right, that will be. He does like calculation. Yes, and he throws some powder in like the stove to like make it go whoosh, like the fire or the flames go. Like, it will be 2 gold.
All right, sounds good. I give him 2 gold, and then I use the I look at Akusta like in a knowing way where I'm just like, talk to me, like.
So, I don't understand why we're having such a hard time finding these ingredients. I mean, they're pretty common where I come from, and you know, you do have to kind of forage to get these, but like that takes time. I get it. So, if you're living in the city, you would want to be able to sell that stuff, but I don't get why no one has this stuff.
Yeah, it's totally a possibility that it's something different. Again, this is all in, Quinn's brain to Kusa.
Yeah.
Also, be wary of fakes like this, please. I know we're trying to find power. This guy also has no freaking idea what he's talking about.
You can identify the candy cap mushrooms by their scent primarily. The good ones will either smell strongly of curry spices or of maple.
Perfect. I have a giant nose, so I can do that.
Yeah, so you get at least the candy cap mushrooms. Excuse me.
The fake ones, the ones that aren't candy cap mushrooms are gonna smell really bitter and nasty. You don't want those.
Good to know.
Noted.
Yeah.
Levi, one more place. I have a place that I would like to look to get deer tallow.
Okay.
Is there any tanners or anything along those lines in the city? Are there any people who do hides, stuff like that?
I'm sure there.
I mean, it would be pretty common. And
Yeah. No, there's 100%. I'm sure that there is some sort of
So I would like to go to one of those places and see if I could find anyone who's got deer tallow or leftover or knows where I can get deer tallow, or is in an early process with a different hide that would, have some that I could pull from, either the hide or the actual animal itself.
Okay. So you're looking around and all these tanners don't have anything. Like, literally, they do not have any hides. The shops are empty. And the guy's just, like, there's only one guy just standing there, kind of, like, twiddling his thumbs. Like,
Sup, gangsta?
He's just like, how's it going? Sorry, we have no, all of our tanners, we're all, don't have anything right now with the forest just being, was just recently, all cursed. It just reopened, so we're still waiting for hunters to come back in and give us skins.
How long has it been cursed?
We were there to help resolve it.
Yeah, exactly.
Obviously, Quinn doesn't remember. Neither does Lucas. But, yeah, that's
and
cool.
it wasn't curse. It was just,
Bad stuff.
It was the
down.
effing forest, if that rings a bell.
Yeah,
There you
exactly.
go. See, why don't we just start off there? I got it now.
Yeah.
No,
honestly, I forgot the name myself. So.
Okay.
Credit to Cheyenne. That was her name for the forest.
I believe it. All right, that's cool. So when are your hunters coming back?
I mean, like, he checks his watch, like, I don't know, like, maybe tomorrow, maybe the next day. I mean,
all right, well,
I
how about this? You guys take the tallow from the deer, right?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Well, I need about a pound of that. Here's 5 gold. Send a pound of the deer tallow here tomorrow. Understood?
It's like he looks at it. He's like, yeah, I can do that.
All right.
Like it's
cool.
this short little dwarf.
Yeah.
Like he's full, and she's like, yeah, I can do that.
I mean,
yeah, no problem.
tradesman, money talks. Like that's 100% how it works. Sorry,
Yeah.
Akusta, deer tallow will be here tomorrow.
Akusta looks extremely frustrated because this is just not going the way she pictured it going.
And you can see like the dwarf is like he's like, yeah, all right. Like
Okay,
he's like,
also here, dwarfen man.
yeah,
What's your name?
Jivlin.
Jivlin. Okay, nice to meet you.
No, Jivlin.
Okay, gotcha. My name is Quinn. This is Mykos. This is Akusta. And this is Ash. Right? Right?
Yeah.
Okay. So
How's it going?
It's going quite well. A little frustrating.
It's good.
Also, I
Oh,
want to
yeah?
let you know that my friend Mykos here, it has a really bad temper.
Oh
and
no.
if you don't have the tallow by tomorrow, he will make all your hides smell like rotten eggs for at least 2 months.
Oh, we don't want that, do we?
No, we don't. I want deer
That would
tallow,
make me
please.
That would make me quite upset.
Yes, it would. Also,
Yeah, I might
you
go
have
into a rage.
really lovely accent, and
Thank
I
you.
just appreciate your eyes and your face.
Oh, thank you.
And
Of
Mykos
course.
has a crush on you. So,
Oh,
okay, have
oh.
a nice day.
Oh, thank you. All right.
Akusta
he looks at
snickers
Micah,
a
it's
little
like-
bit.
It's like,
Mykos, I'm
so,
your wingman. I got you.
hi. You're not quite my type. But you seem nice. How's it going?
I crop dust his shop.
Oh, that's not nice.
Just walk out the door, just like
You see this dwarf gets he's a barbarian. He gets into a little bit of rage. He's like, I'm quite upset. But then that's it. You guys walk away,
All right.
and you'll receive the deer tallow tomorrow.
All right. Awesome. Anyone else have
is
any
there
ideas where to get
Yeah.
the rest of the stuff?
Yeah. Is there anything else? Is it
We got sugar, tallow, and the candy caps.
so you need acorn flour?
Akusta.
Yes.
Substitutions. How would they work with this?
These are
Nothing-
really special. You don't understand.
Nothing but the best. No substitution.
This is
So-
a taste of home. Like, I haven't had these since I
Ash-
left home
Ash
a year
has
ago,
left
and I just
the party at this
yeah.
point, and he has wandered out towards the edge of town, and he has found a few oak trees, and he has been collecting acorns.
Very. Ash, go ahead and roll me a perception or investigation check.
Perceptigation.
Or survive. Oh, no, this
That
is
is
different.
a 16.
Okay, so 16. You are looking for these acorns, these trees and bushes and all that. And you you kind of hear something. You kind of hear something
And
rustling around behind you.
I spin with a knife in one
But
hand
you
and a
can't-
gun in the other.
And all you see is a note on the ground.
What
Right
does
at your
it
feet.
say?
It's in an envelope, so it's just an envelope out on the ground.
I
So you
pick it up and I open
Yeah.
it.
that. So it says, to Ash, says, tomorrow night, meet me at the Dancing Wizard. V.
Ash puts that in his cloak and continues to look for acorns.
At this point, Quinn has noticed that Ash is gone and is like, smacks Micos and goes, "You were supposed to hold his hand.
I was holding your hand.
Didn't you learn that in school? You always hold hands."
Ash, now go ahead and roll an investigation. Or, survival, I mean. Try and find acorns.
That is an 18.
Okay, you find a good
so-
amount of acorns. You suspect probably enough to
Yeah.
do
Ash has
what
like his
Akusa
entire
needs
bandolier
him for.
full of acorns, and he's like running back. Yeah.
Like instead of like freaking like potions or like shells like shotgun shells or whatever, it's just acorns.
Yeah.
Like full on
He's just
like Boy Scout. Like
just like his like cloak flapping in the wind. I got the acorns. I got the acorns. And he's like running back towards Akusta.
I'm imagining the Boy Scout from Up.
Yeah, 100%. So he gets back to the bar, and like Akusta is like in there in the bar, and he's just like, "Bah!" And it's just like acorns on the table.
She looks at these acorns, and she smiles with a mix of appreciation and just like, what the hell? This is like 2 days of work that Mykos was right. We should have just gotten a substitution. This is an unmitigated disaster.
Quinn puts 2 acorns, one in each cheek, and it's like,
Akusta snickers at him.
Go ahead, Akusta. Roll a perception check.
for how amazing I am.
No, something different. You're always amazing. They don't need a roll perception for that.
I knew it. 13.
1.
8.
At 20, baby.
2 minus 1. 1.
Perfect. So, Akusa, it's perfect that you noticed this. You're clearly upset. Like, you just want some home cooking. You want trademark home, like,
Discord
food that you...
cooking.
Yeah, and
Discord. Or, exactly. Or
and I want
whatever
my
town...
friends to know, like, have that taste of home that I grew up with, so that they can get to know me better.
Yeah, before you went to Discord, you were in the town of... I'm drawing a blank on the town that you grew up in.
I was in a homestead, my family's homestead.
Family's homestead. So you want to show them your family cooking, all that sorts of stuff. And you're kind of disappointed, and you appreciate what Ash did for you, bringing these acorns, and you're like, this is so thoughtful, but this is like... It's like the essence of, like, wanting jam, like, say, strawberry jam, and somebody just plopping strawberries in front of you. It's like, I could do this, but it's going to take some time. I want some jam right now.
Yeah.
And you turn and you see Grant and Evie, like, watching you guys. And Grant kind of nudges Evie. And you can hear, like, go get it. Go get it. And
if you've
Evie...
had flour this whole time...
Well, see, you guys never said this out loud to them, but Evie brings to Grant from Grant's personal stash a little bag of acorn flour, and Grant, or Evie, hands it to Grant, and Grant hands it to you in his hand. In his giant orc hand, it looks small. And he hands it to you. And he's like, I don't know where you're from, but this is from my home village as well. And he offers it to you. And he's like, a little taste of home. And I can help you with the cooking as well.
Akusta just starts crying. She's just like so grateful.
Grant, like, doesn't know what to do. Like, or Garrett, I mean.
Garrett, what did you do?
Yeah.
Quinn
Yeah, he's
accidentally swallows the acorns.
Akusta hugs Garrett and just like is just so moved by this act of generosity.
In the background, Micos is giving Quinn the Heimlich.
Yeah, no, actually, so Garrett is like does that awkward hug thing, like where he's like pencil armed, but then he hugs Akusta like he's socially awkward, but he's like yay, and then Maikos and Jacob are going to try and give freaking Quinn the Heimlich maneuver, but Jacob like slaps him too hard and like knocks him on the ground, and Maikos is on top of him like breathe.
Ash is just kind of
These
like
are gonna
standing
hurt
up against
later
the wall,
on.
being like, I don't know what's going on. I got acorns. I don't understand.
After Quinn like accidentally swallows him completely and is like okay for a second, Quinn looks at Micos and then looks over at Ash, who's doing the silent brooding rogue thing, goes, "We need to take all of his robes."
I will
just, like,
shoot
drop him
you
off
in
somewhere.
the head.
So he has
Tie-dye.
promise.
Tie-dye would be a good look.
Oh, tie-dye would be fantastic.
Again, it's not often, but Quinn and Micos are just like, yeah.
Synergy.
Synergy. What color tie-dye? Like blue and pink?
Ah, that's
Or like
best.
yellow
If
green.
either
Yellow
of
green
you
would be cool too.
change the color of what I wear, I do not kid. I will kill you in your sleep.
Akusta holds up her hands just like, no.
Akusta, have you ever wanted to have like crazy colored hair?
Akusta just like looks very she just nods very reluctantly.
We could dye a daisy on the side right here.
That sounds awesome. But how about this? What color?
Let's see. She points to Micos' hair.
I can do that.
Smoky
And
gray.
just for funsy, I'd like to do a minor illusion and make Akusta's hair the gray with white tips.
Okay, cool. Honestly, I was like, what color is Maikos' hair? I wonder where it is. Looks 2 feet above Chris, or 2 inches above Chris's head. Oh, like, I'm like, man, I wish I had some character representation of what they look. Oh, wow. What is in this? Nothing now.
So now Akusta
That's
and
the
Micos-
problem.
Akusta and Micos have matching hair.
Yeah.
Does
Awesome.
it- same style and everything.
No.
Akusta's
If a-
got like
no.
a Storm, like original X-Men Storm look.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, that's what you. I thought you said she got my hairstyle and she's got the original. I was gonna be like, excuse, no,
No, like
I'm the original.
think
Just
think
the
the
color.
original
Micos,
original
no one
Storm
likes a
from the
jealous
X-Men.
copycat.
Think,
Like, yeah.
yeah, think Halle Berry Storm.
I do constantly.
I mean,
Me
yeah.
too.
that's,
Who
that's
doesn't?
ingrained
Who
in us.
doesn't?
No. My
A lot
Micos,
of
no one likes
awakenings.
A copycat, okay.
So
Um,
Akusta is thoroughly cheered up by now.
I'm gonna go back to my
Yeah.
lab and keep working.
So, you guys are, well, before that, you guys are making cookies. So, go ahead.
Yes.
I want everybody, including you, Micos, before you go. I'm imagining, like, Garrett, like, you went to go up, and you're like, all right, I'm gonna get out of this. And Garrett's like, nope.
All 6, 7 of them just picking up this little tiny smoke genasi.
I cast
And be like,
fog cloud.
He counterspells.
No, I don't.
Okay, so what are we
Yeah.
rolling?
Go ahead and roll either, like, sleight of hand. Roll sleight of hand
sleight of
of,
hand. Okay.
because you guys are mixing things together.
Oh,
I got a 16.
I got a 19
Got a
plus 3.
23.
Nice. What'd you get, Micos?
I think this is my first time since I played Caprin actually rolling a nat 20.
Yes! Making cookies.
Plus 4, 24. Total.
Nice.
Making cookies. You roll a nat 20. Making cookies. Hell yeah! Welcome to D&D, everybody.
I will say, cooking and baking more so is basically the original chemistry.
Yes, exactly. So that you like fall into it, Mycos. You're just like, oh, like you've never been really like a food cookie person. You've been scientist. You're like you've basically eaten food to just like as energy, you know. Like I imagine Mycos is the type of dude to just like pop in a power bar every once in a while so he can just keep going. But you're just like, oh, this is simple chemistry. Like, okay, cool. And what is brought out like this? And Garrett is helping you too because he's having fun too. Like you see the whole like
Also,
Forever Snowfall
none
group.
of us rolled less than 20.
Yeah. I rolled for everybody.
What did you roll?
The only person.
16.
Oh, okay.
Let me roll for everybody else really quick.
You good? Mike goes over there with his
Man,
beakers
so
and
everyone's
everything.
getting in on it.
This might be
So
the
the
highest communal roll we've ever done.
Cookies are important, Michael.
So the only one that rolled below a 10 is Jacob. So I'm assuming that he got into like into like the wine or something. Like he's just like, this is great.
He just basically ends up with flour on his head somehow.
Yes.
Like
Yes,
flour on
and
his face.
he's like basically trying to get out of it. He's like he does like the whole like what's his face from Home Alone. He's like, "Oh no." But besides that one, shout out to the 2 crew. These perfectly made cookies come out of the oven, and Garrett brings them out. He doesn't need like, you know,
He doesn't need mittens.
Yeah, oven mitts. He's holding them in his bare hands, and he puts them on the table. Everybody lets them cool down a little bit. Everybody takes a nice bite of these perfectly cooked, moist cookies. They are like the best thing ever. It's like they were made with magic and love and
a little bit of hope.
Science. A little bit of hope.
Turns out the real
And-
cookies were the friends we made along the way.
And so, with all of that, you guys are happily eating the cookies. Now, the day winds down, at least for you guys. The bar staff is working tirelessly to support and feed hungry customers. The tavern is roaring like you've never seen it this active before. It is like full on like Witcher style, Lord of the Rings style, just like party going on. There's a bard in the back, like just full on, just like
Ash
playing,
is
like
bussing tables
going
and
crazy.
working for tips.
And yeah, all right, yeah. So like Sadie, like you're offering help. You know, and Sadie super appreciates it. And right along next to you is Lefty doing the other side of the tavern, and like, but he's getting more tips than you,
It's
like,
a hand.
because
It's
everybody
just a
loves the hand. Everybody
how
is
do I
drunk.
compete with just a hand?
You
You need to show more
So
skills.
like, I like Ash is
you know what?
just
Roll
like
charisma check. God damn, we gotta censor that on freaking YouTube. Roll a charisma check. You know what? With advantage because you showed me your nipple.
that is a 23.
Okay. Well, Lefty. Let's see. What did Lefty get? He got. Okay, Lefty got a 22. So
Me and Lefty.
But the thing is, though, is that it's like
playing off of each other.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Like, this wasn't who got more gold. It was just like
100%.
your chemistry was right on each other. Like, it was just like, yeah. And like, he was like tossing you drinks, you were catching them and all that, But yeah, so you guys walk through, you do the thing.
Is Ash gonna leave this thing with like a hand familiar?
When a man and a hand love each other very much.
Don't finish that. Don't finish that sentence. Don't finish that sentence.
I let your mind finish it.
You hear the fiddle playing. You hear the what is that called? The freaking lute playing, like the lute player. Like, he's full on like going crazy. This bard. You see everybody enjoying it. Sadie is smiling. Everybody's smiling, even though they're trying to forget what happened last night, and they are living to not think about what's going to happen in the next few days. Akusta, you go up to the bedroom where you guys are all sleeping, and you find a note where you usually sleep.
Oh. I am going to open that up post haste.
It reads, "Meet me tomorrow night in the alley by..." I'm trying to remember the wording for it. By the
Dancing Wizard?
No, sweatshop.
By the sweatshop?
Yeah, there is and you can kind of remember that you walked past by like a kind of a factory that kids were working at.
Ooh.
So it says meet me outside there.
Okay.
And it's signed R.
Do I recognize the handwriting?
You do not. But go ahead and roll an investigation check on that. On the handwriting.
Okay.
I think I have an educated guess. But I wouldn't know. Micos can't see it.
Yeah.
18 plus 4.
This is written by somebody who has like very elegant handwriting, but the pressure of the pen and the strokes feel very primal and feel very strong and instinctual. And with the dash sign, the letter R.
Okay.
And you look up into the night sky. There's a full moon. The night is clear. With the loud tavern below you. Everybody partying, laughing, dancing. That is where we'll end our session.
Perfect. Yay! Quinn and Micos are doing shots.
Ash is kind of like irritatingly. Well, Ash is
bussing tables.
Ash is irritatingly
He's doing nothing.
like doing shots as well. Like,
no, Ash is bringing
but he's
us our
also
shots because he's
doing
bussing
shots.
tables.
Like 100%.
Drinking on the job.
Yeah, like he's walking by, tossing one back, and as he's busting tables. Like, I can imagine that.
Ash Quinn looks at Micos and goes, "Good thing the bill's in his name."
Yeah, the tab. You got the tab. So, thank you all, everybody, for joining us for this session of Mixus. It was a little bit different, but it was fun. And I look forward to playing with you all again. That didn't sound right. I look forward to being a part of your life again for about 3.5 hours.
Riding
Thank you.
and pulling your hair.
Good night. Hitting record.
I'm recording audio.
Recording audio.
Same order, Levi. Probably you, Luke, Shane, me.
Yeah, I just do that because that's how I see the screen.
Ditto.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
6.
Sorry, can we start
7.
over?
God
I was waiting for this because I was like, I didn't see Christopher's phone. I was like, okay, we're just gonna go with the old way then. Chris is gonna forget.
Oh, this is amazing.
Okay. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Sorry, I'm gonna
6.
take it off photo and put it on video. Okay.
This is all staying in. This is all staying in. I will cut this one section.
All right, record. We up?
Are we ready? Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
16, 17, 18, 19, 20.
Is this for when I was interrupting Luke on the intro for like the last session?
I
During
thought
the
about
one-shot?
it so hard. I was about to just right at the end be like, you know what, guys? What about like a SpongeBob themed intro? Like, are you ready, kids? Aye, aye, Captain. I can't hear you. Oh, who lives in a pineapple under the sea?
SpongeBob SquarePants. Have you heard what's his face? Lead singer Slipknot do his cover of that?
Yeah, he does it at a lot of Stone Sour shows. Corey Taylor,
Yeah,
he'll bring out an acoustic while the band's taking a break, and he was just like, he started doing the SpongeBob theme, but in a metal version. It was pretty
That's
awesome.
amazing.
Acoustical
Yeah.
metal.
I haven't ever heard that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to look that up after this.
Oh, it's on YouTube.
Yeah.
You'll
Yeah.
find it.
Yeah, it's great. All right, let's get this show on the road.